Information is power.
You are listening to Information Man.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Information is power.
The Information Man Show.
Information is power. You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel. Information is power. Information is power.
What's up, everybody? Peace
Information
is power. What's up, everybody? Thank you for your patience. Look, everybody knows what's going on throughout YouTube, throughout social media right now and today. We all witness, we all had a chance to hear, see, hear, and look at various channels all over YouTube today as it relates to Michael Noak. We know him as AKA Brother Polight. I don't even know if you can call him a brother anymore. And I'm going to tell you right now, everybody, this has been on my mind. And before I go into it, let me stop right here and shout out a few people that we got coming in the chat room, those that are coming in, that are watching, because I appreciate everybody that's here. Let me give you all a great clap here. Right on, everybody, please. We got Chris, CCC, we got Golden Melanin, Angelisa is in the house, Rob, a.k.a. BK's Finest. We got Susie Q in the house. TNBN is in the house tonight. And let me do something. Let me change. See, this is why I keep missing people, too. Let me put it on live chat on my computer over here. And let me let you all know right now, I put a vote out tonight as to, do you, after what you saw today in terms of the bond hearing, do you think this is the beginning of the end of Michael Noak? We know him as AKA Brother Polight. According to the vote, out of the vote, there was 53 people. We need more people to vote on this tonight. We got 89 said no, said yes. No, 89 people said yes. About 11% of people said no. I'd like to know who that 11% is. But if you have not voted, it's right up there, the little blue tab up there is the voting. Put either yes, no, it's your business. Okay. Let me shout out some more people. We got No Nonsense in the house. We got Nappy Yankee. Make sure y'all check out Brother Nappy Yankee's channel. Subscribe, give him support. He's been heavily supporting and campaigning and promoting my channel on his channel. And I got to say, I appreciate that. And the reason why this is positive, because that's what we need to be doing is black folks on YouTube. We need to cross promote each other's channels, help each other out. When I look at YouTube and you look at particularly white YouTubers that are very successful on these streets with their channels, they do cross promotions for each other all the time and collaborate. Their channels are growing and they're laughing all the way to the bank, literally. Why sometimes we need to get out of being against each other and work together. So that's why I think it's very important, it's powerful when we can all shout each other's channels out, tell each other's people that support our channels to go follow this person, go check out that person, because that's how you're going to grow on YouTube. Is one of many other ways to grow. Let me go back in the chat room right here and take another look-see. And we got Barbie, Tina, we got Barbie, Tina in the house, Nappy Yankees, I said before, no nonsense. We got R-Y-Y. I like when your name was just R-Y. It was easier for me just to say it that way, but good to have you. We have Xavier Owens is in the house. Natural is in the house. Black Anonymous is in the house. Thank you for being here and supporting the show. Angelica is in the house. Thank you, sister. I've seen you on, I think it was CCC TV today, and y'all made some great points. Let me say peace to CCCN TV if he's still in the house. Thank you for coming over. He's a newly subscribed member of the channel, so I appreciate him. We got Miss Mahogany, if I'm saying that correct, is in the house here. Rob, a.k.a. BK's Finest, is in the house. And we'll go with that. We'll see how the night turns out. What I want to do is I want to say this to everybody out there right now. We know that Brother Polight came on the other night and he was sort of making cold threats. Well, what I would call it, well, he was sort of saying he's going to sue everybody. He's going to sue people in the chat room. He's going to sue content creators that are not painting the narrative in his favor. He continues to brag about how many lawyers he has. Oh, I got a lawyer working on cyber defamation. And tonight I'm going to put up a breakdown of what defamation is, some breakdowns, some summaries of what it is from lawyer speak and talk. He kept saying to everybody, I'm going to sue you, say everybody. Oh, no matter if you take down your videos, I'm going to get you. All these scare tactics, okay? He kept engaging in scare tactics. And you know what? There's probably people out there that took down their videos thinking that Polight's got all this power. First of all, we all saw it today. He's got a bond to pay. They have increased his bond, and his defense lawyer was like, well, Your Honor, I don't think that it's right that you increase the bond like that. The prosecution didn't file a motion for this and a motion for that. And you saw the judge say, man, I don't want to get into that right now. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that right now. He owes some money, $10,000 for this, $10,000 for that. The man owes a lot of money. That's just the bond fees he owes, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell the truth.
We're not even we're not even talking about how much he's going to have to pay his lawyers to get him out of this mess. Now, he came on his Instagram and boldly tried to call everybody out. Had the nerve to say even the people in the chat room, it's laughable to me, that even the people in the chat room, that he's going to sue them. He ain't got that kind of money, folks. He ain't got that kind of money. I got it on good information from my man Chief X that he don't own no house. He been flossing and putting on a facade all this time. He put on a facade the other night when he told you, me, and everybody in social media that he gonna sue, that he keep 1,000, 100,000. Y'all know what I'm saying? 100,000 just to take care of people like you and me. Because he's saying that we're tearing his name down. Defamation suit he's talking about. Now, one of the things I have to admit and be honest about, ladies and gentlemen, is that I do think that where it all should stop is I don't believe in bringing people's kids and showing children's photos, because the children are innocent, and they are not the ones that are engaging in behavior that the adult person should know better and should not engage in. Would you agree with me, ladies and gentlemen? If you do, put a 1 in the chat room. I would appreciate that. If you feel neutral on that question, hey, you don't have to vote, you know? But I want you to, because that's the one thing that we got to stop doing on these social medias. When we got a beef with one person, when we want to do a critical analysis of someone who's a public figure, which Polight Michael Noak is a public figure, whether he likes it or not. He made himself a public figure. You notice he ain't doing no Royce diaries today after he was in there. And you notice Polight wasn't talking with all that lip when he was in court. He was sitting up there with a suit on. The white man, the judge, the mayonnaise man said, "What is your name, sir?" And he told him, "My name is Michael Eugene Jr. Born in 1983. He talked and spoke like a prep school kid. He didn't get up there with all that highfalutin. See, this, you can always tell what somebody really is, ladies and gentlemen, by how you can. Let me phrase it this way. Jason Black of the Black Authority of the Black Channel. I know all y'all check him out too, and shout out to him. I know you all have heard him say this. If you really want to see how a black man really thinks and acts, just see how he behaves in front of a white man that he's got to answer to. And he wasn't sitting up there talking all that talk. He wasn't talking all fancy. He didn't have all that swag in his face. He didn't have all that swag in his movement. You notice he didn't wear no goofy glasses and hats and all that kind of stuff. But isn't it funny when he talks to black people, he's disrespectful to us, calls us out of our name. He's got the goofy hats, right, to cover that big weird head of his. He's got the goofy glasses like he's like a P-Funketeer, Bootsy Collins like, right? And he's doing all that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See, he didn't come to court with the flip back red hat and the big old woozy funk glasses, right? He didn't come there. He came there looking regular, right? He came there looking regular with no head on his head, with that shaped head right there with them eyes looking out saying, yes, your honor, no, your honor, my name is Michael Noak Eugene Jr. Right? He didn't come there with the smoke, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't have no smoke when he walked up in there. No, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Noak, Brother Polight, didn't have no smoke. He was very somber. Now, check this out. He got on social media and made a threat, or how can I say this? He was threatening that he's going to sue everybody. He was talking real big stuff to everybody on social media. Talking about talking about the charges got dropped, y'all. The charges, the misconduct with a child. I don't want to say the R word because you know how the YouTube algorithms are, ladies and gentlemen. They're very thunderous, right? But we're talking about Michael Noak, aka Brother Polight, as he calls himself, right? Let me get into it. Let me just break it down to you. He got on social media the other night. I heard it when I was coming home from the JOB, and I said, "Look at this frog man. Look at this Jimmy Walker from Good Times." I said, he's talking a lot of major stuff. He's writing a check. That's the word I want to look for. He's writing a check that his ass can't cash, but he might damn well bounce.
Now,
you know what I'm saying, everybody? If y'all hearing what I'm saying, if y'all hearing my preach tonight, hit a 1 in the chat room and let everybody know that. Let everybody know that and clap out for everybody out there. Peace to you. Peace to you. So what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is they're like the old school cartoon I used to look at when I was a kid, Underdog. There's nothing to fear. Underdog is here. Ladies and gentlemen, Say this, if you're a content creator and you got videos on Michael Noak, Polight, you've got nothing to fear. One, he ain't got the money to sue every person. That's a lot of content creators. Two, he's just boasting. He lied to you the other night, said that the charges for the R&R, we call R&R, you know what I'm talking about, the R charges got dropped. That's a lie. The charges, y'all all seen this today. Let's just get into this right now. Let's go right here. Let's just go right here. Right there like that, like so. Right there. Those are the two charges that got dropped, right? You got the sexual battery, right? The engaging in the city, L&L, which is lewd and lascivious act. So those are the two charges that got dropped. Those were two felonies, right? He still got the misdemeanor, delinquent, contributing to the delinquency of a minor. So if you give a minor something to drink, you are contributing to the delinquency of that minor. Okay, so that's still on there. That's a misdemeanor. But check this out. Even though two of those charges got removed, as you all have heard this today, and I'm just probably repeating what a lot of you have heard already, but that's okay. Let's go into this area right here. Okay, let me take some things off of there. Okay, let's just be 100% real about this, you know. Let's take a couple of things off of there. And, oh, what do I got there? What do I got there? Oh, look at me coming across that side there. Let me just take that off of there, folks. And boom, boom, like that. Now, what we've got here is the charges. These are still sticking. Look at the bottom part, the ones that are no action. Now, I was listening to the dear sister, an attorney at law, Empire Esquire TV, Empowered Esquire TV, put some respect on her name there. And she had Brother Chief X on there. That's my man out there. Peace to him out there in the Southern California area. And she said that just because they put this in action doesn't mean it's gone. They could bring this back, ladies and gentlemen. They could revisit this and reactivate this. However, why Polight got on Instagram and tried to tongue lash everybody in social media talking about black folks like a dog, even though he's the one that got himself caught up in this mess. He's supposed to be the grown-ass man adult. What he still got on the board is the L&L with child 12 to 16 years old. That's a felony. One. He still got L&L with the MOL, which is molestation of a child 12 to 16, felony again. L&L, which is lewd and lascivious acts and conduct of a child 16. That's another felony. Lewd and lascivious acts exhibited of a 16 by 18. That's another felony that's up there. Then he still has, so he still got 4 felonies that he got to deal with and come to Jesus about. He still got the misdemeanor. The other charges, he got 6. He actually has 6 charges, ladies and gentlemen, because they actually put more charges on him. However, he didn't tell you that the other night when he was on Instagram, running at his mouth, eating popcorn, eating Jimmy Crack corn. And I don't care. Polight. You can eat all the popcorn. You can talk all the crap. Nobody on social media needs to be scared. Don't take down your videos. Don't let this man try to bully you. Don't let him try to bully you. Don't buy into it. He's a fraud. He's got bigger fish to fry. He got bigger issues to deal with. These charges are going to lay down some heavy time on him. Okay, so the other two at the bottom were let go. But let me show you something else. Let me show you something else here. And you all have seen this. Everybody has talked about this. You've been in the chat room to channel. I'm just contributing my little small part into the community from my perspective in terms of giving not my perspective, but giving the information that's out there that's facts based on how I present it, but it's based in facts. I want to make sure that we say that most importantly. So right here, you have the bond hearing, right? He had the bond hearing, so he has bond received. You got the bond received there up top, and then you have the intake unit assigned sexual battery on a minor abuse. They added 2 new charges on him, 8/17/2021. That was today. We got trial pro assigned is Garcia Nicole, who is the prosecuting attorney in this case. And I know a lot of people out there were trying to say, well, she didn't look like she had her stuff together today. She looked nervous, or y'all better listen to the Empowered Esquire TV. She says that sometimes lawyers don't get fooled by when you see a lawyer in court, or in this case, it was Zoom. It was a Zoom trial, or not even a trial. It was a Zoom bond hearing. Don't get fooled by that. She might have had a headache. She might not have woke up not felt good. Empowered Esquire said on her channel today, when she talked about this situation, that she has resigned over situations where she came into court not feeling her best. And what happened is the defense team or people took it as, oh, this person ain't good. We're going to mop the floor with this prosecutor. And she was a prosecutor. No. Don't get fooled by that. She's setting the goddamn case up little by little, methodically. He ain't getting out of this, folks. He ain't getting out of this. He got on social media the other night ago, lied to everybody, was doing all that boasting, saying that the charges were dropped. But he failed to tell you that they added charges to him. He still got a bunch of felonies he's got to fight. And then you got people on social media who had the goddamn audacity to get on their channels and say, wait a minute, see, Polight Michael Noak is a innocent man. They dropped those R charges on him. No, they ain't dropped them. They still got it. They're just reconfiguring it to what it's going to. They're just reconfiguring it. They're moving some charges. They put them inactive, as the Empowered Esquire was saying today. They made them inactive, but they can still enact them if necessary. So what they do is they're trying to make sure that the charges that they're charging Polight with are the proper charges that fit the crime, and they do not want to give them charges that don't fit the crime so that they have a better chance of prosecuting him come trial, if this goes to a trial, if he doesn't plead out, which I know the Empowered Esquire, the sister out there, if she's out there watching, I know she says you should never give your gut opinion about what's going to happen. You should only go at the evidence. Well, we've got evidence. We got the evidence. I'm going to play the trial for you today. I'm going to play you the Zoom footage of what they said to him. We have enough information to know that it does not look good for the Michael Noak character. You know him as better as Brother Polight. It does not look good for him, ladies and gentlemen. Did I miss anybody in the chat room? If I missed anybody, no disrespect to anybody. I'm staying into my monologue right here. We got the Empress KIYA in the house. Thank you for being here. Melanin DOD's in the house. The great Gazoo, the great Gazoo. I hope I said that right, because I said your name wrong the last time. Gazoo. I hope I'm saying that correct to you. Welcome here. Thank you for being here. We got Bitcoin is in the house. Let me know if you all can hear me. That's very important, everybody. Let me know if you can hear a brother. Okay, if my sound's coming out just fine and everything like that. If it's not, I have to make sure I adjust everything. Put a 1 in the chat room if you're hearing everything just fine. We got Bloodsport in the house. We got Jay Dunn that's come in the house. We got Southern Nappiness in the house. We got MZ. We got Sister Night Toll. Let me see here. We got Sister. Let me see. Q is in the house. Let me see. Susie Q. The Night Tower. Night Tower is in the house. Thank you, sister, for being here. Let me do this. If I don't have the name, saying the name correct, let me just shout you out like this and say peace to you. Peace. All right. Thank you for you all can hear me. That's great. So let me just get back into this. Let me stay focused on this. So this is the deal. Polight was boasting. And that's why I put on my thumbnail tonight, don't listen to what Polight says. Listen to what the courts are saying. I was hanging out with Brother Max the other day ago, and he said that Polight can do all the threatening to sue people. He can do all this. I'm going to go after people in the chat room. I got my lawyers looking at your videos. He can do all of that he wants to. You know why? Because the prosecution is looking at his videos too. Oh, you're going to hear that in the Zoom that I'm going to show you. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's going to be a treat. For those of you who have seen this, it's just going to be a reinforcement of what you already know. The reason why he has to stop saying that to people, because of the fact that he can't sue everybody. See, Polight is a public figure. That's something else that the Empowered Esquire TV, the sister said. She said because he put himself as a public figure, he is a public figure, he can't sue everybody for having an opinion about him, good or bad.
Tell the truth.
He made the news. He made the news. And when you are a public figure, you give up certain privacy. You're not living a private life. You're living a public life, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he's living. Let me put something up here real quick. I want to show y'all something real quick. All right. And then I'm going to go into the video real quick for everybody in just a moment. I want to go into this real quick. And hopefully this is going to pop on for me like it should. So right there, defamation and slander and libel, right? The basics. So I'm waiting for this to pop on just a minute. Give me a break. Give me 1 minute. So this thing is not showing me what I want to see here. So let me just refresh this. Sorry about that. You're seeing a white screen. And I want to make sure I'm going to refresh this. And if it doesn't refresh, then I'll have to. Okay, here we go. It's refreshed. I had to refresh it. So right here, are you likely to win if you sue the media for defamation? So if you are a public figure or you work in the public relations, there may be times when people say incorrect, harmful things about you. Now, first of all, most of us are talking about his case. So if you're saying everything that's being put out there by the legal case, meaning the Miami-Dade police, everything that's in the criminal record that we can read. So all the charges, if you say that, he can't sue you for saying that because it's public record and you're not lying. The only thing he can come at you for if you're doing blatant lying, blatantly. That's why I was saying, get away from showing pictures of his kids and things of that nature. Stay away from that. Just focus on the law. Don't focus on what Polight is saying. Focus on what the law is saying. And if you stay within the parameters of what the law is saying, what they're talking about in this case, what we know is facts based on what they have put in the legal docket. You stay on that narrow, on that trajectory, he can't sue you for anything. Polight can't sue you for a ham sandwich. He can't sue you for a bag of fries. If you're a public figure and you work in the public relations, there are many times when people say incorrect, harmful things about you or clients, whether on TV or in print or online. In these cases, you have the option to sue for defamation, slander, or a libel. Okay, that's true. But from a public relations standpoint, doing so may not be a good idea. The difference between libel and slander and defamation. Both libel and slander are false statements made about one person and another person. So if anybody made false statements about Polight, if you've been doing nothing but making false statements about him, false statements, then you are at risk. But if you're staying within the parameters of what's going on, so if you say, hey, allegedly he's being accused of doing this R on a underage person, a young lady, or no, a girl, then you're well within your right to be able to say that. If you say the court said that Polight is being charged with these charges, that's not slander. That's not lying on the man Okay, defamation is a statement that damages the reputation of a person. Both libel and slander are forms of defamation. First of all, nobody on here has damaged his name. You see, Polight has done more damage to his name. They got videos on him. Guess what? The prosecution are looking at those videos. In the hearing today, it's obvious by hearing what the prosecution team was saying about him that they're looking at the videos that we're making, ladies and gentlemen. They're looking at the videos where he's saying things and putting foot in mouth, putting foot out of mouth. Defamation is the statement that damages the reputation of a person, both on libel and slander or forms of defamation. So if you're just outright lying about him and you're not staying within the parameters of what's in the case, ladies and gentlemen, then you're going to be on a slippery slope. Understanding the law for suing the media. When it comes to suing media for libel, slander, for defamation, the responsibility rests with you to prove it. He's got to prove it. He's got to have money too. Journalists or media outlets publish something false about you. That person acts deliberate and negligently. The false statement causes you harm. If anybody on here has been lying and adding other things that may not be true, then you're in a slippery slope. But if you've been staying really focused on the fact of what he's been charged with as it relates to a young 14-year-old within the case scope of this case, the docket of this case, you're just fine. He can't sue you, and he can't sue you for having an opinion. So if you say right here on your YouTube channels, ladies and gentlemen, I think that Michael Noak, a.k.a. Brother Polight, did it, that's your opinion. You're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts.
Tell the truth.
You're entitled to an opinion. That doesn't mean he can sue you. People have opinions about everybody. People have opinions about me. People have opinions about you. Your family's got an opinion about you. The goddamn world's got an opinion about somebody. You can't sue anybody over that. That happens every day. When you are a public figure, you put yourself above, you put yourself out there. Therefore, it's open season to people to criticize you. I can criticize his glasses, his hat that he has on. He can't sue me. The published does not have to mean that the defamation statement was printed in a newspaper. It can be said on TV programs, on radio, on social media platforms, in a speech, or on a website. However, the false statements is regarding, can everybody hear me? Put a 1 in the chat room if you can still hear me. Make sure my mic is working just fine. Everything's working just fine. Good. Okay. However, the false statements is spread. It must be done intentionally. So if anybody on YouTube and social medias are intentionally spreading bad, false information about Michael Noak, aka Polight, then you can be at fault. But if you're staying within the scope of this case, as I said before, he can't touch you with a 6 foot, 7 foot, 12-foot pole. You hear me, folks? If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat room. Laws regarding suing the media differs depending on where you live. So based on what the laws are, and we don't know where the hell Polight lives. He's in Florida, he's in Detroit, he's in California, he's a vagabond. He travels all over the place. And I'm gonna tell you right now, for a guy who shows off his cars, clothing, and acts like he's rich, you can always tell if someone is not stable, ladies and gentlemen, by how often they keep moving all over the place. Not just moving to a different house, but moving to different states, bouncing here, bouncing there, bouncing everywhere. That tells you that there's something unstable going on. Laws regarding suing the media differ depending on where you live. In British law, it makes it easier to win defamation lawsuits. In the United States, it is more difficult. Hear me out, ladies and gentlemen, you content creators that have made videos about Polight. Don't delete your videos. Don't be shooken. Don't let them shake you. Don't let them break you and shake you like thunder.
Tell the truth.
Defamation lawsuits in the United States, it's more difficult. The law also changes depending on whether you are a public or private figure. Did you hear me? Did y'all hear me? Did y'all hearing the words that come out of my mouth? Let me know. What did I just say there? The laws changed in different places depending on where you live and in different states. The United States defamation suits are more difficult to come by than they are in foreign countries like Great Britain. And in America, your defamation suit will only have legs to crawl and walk, depending on whether you are a private or a public. Let's say it again. It will depend on whether you are a private or public figure.
Information is power.
Are you a private or public figure? Michael Noak. Polight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do a test in the chat room right now. Is Michael Noak, aka Brother Polight, a private citizen? If he's a private citizen, put a 2 in the chat room. If he's a public citizen, put a 1 in the chat room. Put a 1. I want to see what you all are thinking. Put a 1. Because that makes it more difficult for him to come after any YouTubers, anybody in the chat room of YouTube channels. Just craziness. The man better worry. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Peace to everybody in that chat room. The man better worry about paying his bond or bonds. The man better worry about paying his legal fees. And he better worry about how he's going to overcome these charges that he's got coming his way before he start trying to act like he's a big bad wolf. I huff and I puff and I blow your house down. Everybody out there in YouTube land, please, 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 don't take down your videos. Don't buckle to his statements. He's already proven himself to be a liar when he told you the other night that they got rid of the R charges for, R. I'm using the word R. You know why? YouTube doesn't like that in the algorithm. He lied to you, ladies and gentlemen. He still is facing lewd and insidious acts with a minor. He's got a bunch of them. The man is in a lot of trouble. The man is in a lot of trouble. Let me put this back up here one more time. There they go. A 1-y, a 2-y, a 3, a 4-y. 4 felonies, a misdemeanor. And God knows what else might come down the line. We don't even know what the defense team has up its sleeves completely. But another thing that we don't, ladies and gentlemen, we don't know what the prosecution's got up their sleeves coming down the pipeline. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm going to do. Let me say peace to everybody in the chat room again. Let me show some love to people in that chat room. And also, let me do this. I'm going to get ready to play, because it's about a 15-minute, something like that. I'm going to play the entire, and it's not going to be that long. You guys are going to get a treat out of it. Those of you who have not seen this, you're going to get a treat out of it, because you're going to hear not Michael Noak telling you lies. You're going to hear the language of the court telling you exactly what this man is up against, exactly what's going on. You're going to hear the prosecution talking about, hey, Polight's been doing cold threats on the victim in this. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. The prosecution is saying that they believe through video evidence, possibly, they're going to probably put that in Exhibit A or Exhibit B, Exhibit C, because they've been looking at social media. They're saying that they believe that he has been still a threat to the young lady, because he's making there's things happening on social media that's threatening the victim. Didn't I tell y'all in a video that I did that I clipped from Zion Lex TV, and peace to him if he's out there watching, that brother talked to the mother of this child and said that there had been threats going on coming out of that camp, that Norwick camp over there. Something's going on over there. Didn't I say that before? And other people have been saying that. So she's saying that, hey, he's unsafe. They don't want him anywhere near this child. And the judge, they put stipulations on his butt, told him, you have the First Amendment right to speak, but you got to watch what you say. You got to watch what you say, Michael Noak Jr. That's your name, your real name. All right. So let's get at it, everybody. Let's shout out. We got Bloodsport in the house. Let's get at it. Let's see some people in here. Let me get at this. Why is this thing acting weird? Let me see. Okay. We got Caroline Love in the house. Chris QT1's in the house making her presence. We got Catherine and friends in the house. No nonsense. Chris CCC, QT1 again. The Gray Gazoo in the house. Thank you, Gazoo, for being in the house. TNBN is in the house. Everybody that's rocking with me tonight. We got B Buccaneer in the house. Thank you for being here. Susie Q, Natural Empowered Esquire's in the house. Let me give her a shout out and all that good stuff. We're supposed to go on live tomorrow in the afternoon. Tomorrow, 1:30 Western time. I hope that she's still able to come on board with me. 4:30 Eastern time. And let me give her a clap here. Yes, Lord.
Tell the truth.
And that would be 3:30 Central time. We're going to examine the African Bambaataa case, because you know that there's charges coming against African Bambaataa as well as the Zulu Nation under the Child Victims Act in New York, which was put into place it was extended during the virus situation that was going on. And I want to get her legal opinions on what she not believes, but from a legal point of view, what's going to become of a man who, as we know, Randy Savage says that he was touched by him, as well as Hassan Campbell. We know him from the YouTube streets.
Tell the truth.
So I want to get into that now. Oh, Sunday. I'm sorry about that. Let me put her up on the screen. Yes, Sunday, my sister, Sunday, not Saturday. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a show about relationships and how social media is actually impacting relationships and dating. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow evening. But Sunday, me and the sister, the Empowered Esquire TV, will get into it. So let me say this again, because we have the lawyer in the house tonight. When you do your videos about Polight Michael Noak, stay within the scope of what the legal system, what's on the record. You can speak on that. You don't have to elaborate on anything that's fictional. Focus on that which is facts. You don't have to go deep into everybody's going to have an opinion, but stay in the scope of the legal. Now, I can have an opinion here and say, based on what I'm seeing with the felonies, that it does not look very good for Polight. He's gonna be into a fight of his life. Okay, folks, this is just the truth. So don't be caught up in his facade. What's going on, King Kong, KKC, King Kong is in the house. KKC is in the house. Sir's in the house. Chris is in the house. Sean Jacob is in the house. Miss Mahogany's in the house. No nonsense. QT1. Oh, we got Baba Rashawn in the house. Peace, blessings, and love to you. $5 super chat. We got some chick named Star. One of my mods is in the house here. QT1 is in the house still. We got the real Aaron Collins, who gave me a super chat. So, brother, let me hit this.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat, brother. I think I'm trying to put it up here on the screen for you, because you deserve to have it on the screen. What's going on, Baba Rashad? All right, Baba Rashad is in the house saying peace and love, my brother. Thank you. Hey, oh, here we go. Real Aaron Collins. Where did I get it? There we go. I'm going to put the, hey, brother, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Anybody that I missed that might have super chatted me, let me give you some love. And, oh, let me see right here. Who do we have here who super chatted me? We got Brother Keith, $100 super chat. Oh my God, brother.
Thank you for the super chat.
Brother Keith says this. Let me read what he's saying over here. I got to read this. He says, peace, information man in chat. Just had to send you some love early, busy at night at work, so I'll have to rewatch the session. But be safe and enjoy the weekend, information man and family. Also, keep supporting black people and tell the truth. Hey, thank you, brother. Hey, thank you for the super chat, my brother. That is incredible super chat, as well as Aaron Collins, incredible super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. Everybody that's coming through, that's watching tonight, I really appreciate that. Now, for all ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now do what I need to have done a long time ago. Let's watch the trial. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to either drop a link in the chat room to see if anybody wants to come up and talk to me, one person at a time. I'm going to put your what you're saying on the screen, read that, and get your opinions and your thoughts about what you're about to witness. So let's get this cranking right now. Let me play a little bit of music. We got 151 or 52 people watching. Thank you for coming over and watching this program again tonight. Appreciate the support. Make sure you share this video on all of your social media. If you're a content creator, share this as well in your community tab. So let me go right now, play a little bit of music while I get ready to crank the video up. This is a video that we got to watch. We got to get into it, and here we go.
Don't slip on the trail. Tell the truth. Tempo, can you keep up with my tempo? Yeah, blowing up, C4. I just hit the Mike Jackson on my tiptoes. Oh yeah,
thank you, everybody. Let's get ready to get into it.
Wherever that wind blows, the endo. Don't slip on the trail. Don't slip on the trail. High key, I know. I send all of my rap foes like they my tadpoles. Yeah. Blowing up, C4. I just had to go crack now on my Depot. Yeah, that Draco bustin' like free throws. I do not miss no
CCNTV, peace to you.
Code. That's why
we got RD Smith in the house. The Empire Esquire TV's in the house. Peace to you. The Oracle is in the house. Let's get ready for the video.
I'm way too smooth. I just caught a groove. This right here, that jars all the fire in the booth. Yeah, had to go right back to it. Yeah. If you ain't talking about money, please save your breath. Don't bring it up to me. Yeah, I pull up and I stunt like a 007 James Bond type movie. Yeah, hey, don't slip on the trip. No.
Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't slip on the trip.
Information is power.
Morning, Judge.
All right, what is this on for? It says motion to increase bond.
Yes, Judge, I did not file a motion. So what happened in this case, Your Honor, is that this is a media case. He was arrested for punishable by life crimes. He should have been held no bond. However, this is one of those charges where the...
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm stopping it there for the minute. The lawyer, the prosecution, is saying that Michael Noak, a.k.a. Brother Polight, should have never been given bond. He should have been held. Remember, Brother Zion, Lex TV said that there was some potential clerical error or something that happened. But they're saying that he should have never been given bond in the first place to be able to come on social media and flap his mouth like he did to y'all. He said, don't jump out the window, right? He said, don't jump out the window. That's what Polight said. And I'm telling you right now, folks, when with everything that we witnessed today, what you're gonna finish hearing on this, everybody jump out the goddamn window, because the facts is on the side of the law, not on Polight. He's telling you he's telling you a bunch of buffoonery and cashoonery. Let's hear it.
PBL comes in at the very end of the charge, and I think the clerk's office made an error, allowed him to bond out prior to seeing a bond appearance, or prior to going to bond hearing. Somehow I think he was given standard bond of $21,000, $10,000 on count 1 and count 2, and then $1,000 on count 3, Judge. My issue, Judge, is that there's no stay-away order on the case yet. That's why, Your Honor, asked the defendant to be present. I also am very concerned that the defendant has been essentially terrorizing the victim. I mean, the victim's 14 years old. And
right. That's another thing, that he's been terrorizing. That's what the prosecution stated, that he's been terrorizing that 14-year-old. I made some mention of that in my first video long while back. Here we go. Let's continue.
There's been a lot of
since the arrest.
Since the arrest, Judge, he's been very communicative on. He's been very vocal on social media. On
let me know if you all can hear by putting a 1.
Drugged by this defendant, leaked online. Your Honor, on this case, we do have DNA showing that the defendant's sperm was on the victim's clothing.
Your Honor, may I ask why any of this is appropriate, considering no motion has been filed?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like being ambushed with all of this. This is
nor do I, Your Honor. This is entirely inappropriate.
If in fact the state was seeking a motion for pretrial detention, they should have done it. I mean, Judge, as far as the stay-away order is concerned, I can certainly do that, but I just can't go ahead with allegations from the state without giving notice to the defense. I mean, certainly I would hear it, but I can't do this in a vacuum like this. So the only thing that I know that this was reset for, which was advised to me the last time, is that the stay-away order was not properly presented, and I'm ready and able to do that at this time.
Judge, you are the first appearance, Judge, regarding the information that was filed, Judge. He was charged with a total of 6 counts, Judge. And they're different. They're all different from the charges. Except for
again,
one.
Your Honor, excuse me, I have to interrupt. This is entirely...
Hold on. Mr. Tarras, hold on. Let her finish. Just let her finish. I'll allow you to make your argument. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. He has been charged with 6 counts. One of them is the same, but there's 5 additional counts, Your Honor. Your Honor does have to set bond on those counts. And then the stay-away order has to be set.
I see my boy King Kong Crazy in the house.
And I understand that Your Honor does not want to be ambushed. I will file that at a later time, but I did want to put the court on notice that with regards to the other bond amounts that need to be set, Judge.
All right.
So we definitely have to address bond.
Okay. Now, did you have a response, Mr. Tarras, and then I will deal with the information.
Yes, Your Honor. We don't. There is no motion pending before the court. The state, no one, our side certainly did not ask for a schedule bond. That was something that the state of Florida decided to place on this case. Those charges were higher charges, and they were downfiled. Doesn't matter that there was more charges that were listed on the information. These are downfiled charges. Mr. Noak is out on constitutional bond. There's no motion pending before this court, and there's no need for Ms. Garcia to just ambush us with additional information that she feels the court and the media in her speak should hear. So we are entirely prepared to address a motion that's before us. Not another word needs to be said regarding a motion that's not pending before this court. We do and are prepared to address the no contact situation today.
Okay. Now, first things first. First thing I have is I have an information that's been given to me by the clerk that was filed on September 14th, which was 3 days ago. And again, I have many cases on my calendar. Has this defendant been arraigned on this information?
He has, Your Honor.
He has, Judge.
He has. Okay, so he has been arraigned, and I am looking at, there are a total of 6 counts. I, at this point, do not see that there are any non-bondable offenses, and there appears to be a second-degree felony for count 1, second-degree felony count 2, 3 is also second-degree, 4 second-degree, 5 is a first-degree misdemeanor, and 6 is a third-degree felony. So, have all of the bonds been addressed at the time of the arraignment?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, that's what we need to do as far as that is concerned. And I will What was he out on previously? Let's just start with that.
He was out on count 1 and count 2 for $10,000 each, and then count 3 on the information was a misdemeanor, so that was $1,000. So right now he has a total of $21,000 bond.
Okay, so 1 and 2. So what was added in the information?
So the counts 1 through 4 are all second-degree felonies. Those were not on the information on the.
Were not originally charged?
Correct. Also, Judge, count 6 is interference of custody. That one also was not charged. Count 5 was charged as count number 3 on the arrest form. So that one should stay at $1,000.
So then what was the original 10,000? If you're saying that 1 through 4 was not charged, and then 6 was not charged, then what was the original charges where he got the two $10,000 and then $1,000?
So the original charges was count 1 was engaging in sexual activity with a child in familiar custodial authority. That was actually a PBL, but that charge, when it's input into the arrest form, it looks like an F1. So on that count, he was given $10,000. Then on count 2, it's sexual battery of a victim 12 to 17 years of age. That's an F1. That was another $10,000 bond. And then count 3 is count 5 on the information.
Okay. All right. So as it relates to the new information, the court is going to, on count 1, the defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 2, the defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 3, the defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 4, the defendant will be given a bond of $10,000. On count 5, that will be a $1,000. And count 6 will be $5,000 bond. All right, does corrections have that? Well, all right, clerks have that as well?
Yeah, I have it, Judge.
Okay. So he is going to need to post those additional amounts. If it was $21,000 originally, it's now going to be
46.
$46,000 additional bond. That's as to that issue. Anything further on that issue, and then we're going to get to the stay-away order.
So, Judge, I do think it's important to note that he is a California resident. So I would ask that Your Honor consider that when setting the bonds. Are these standard bonds, Judge?
I do not know what is considered a standard bond on these, but these are the bonds that the court's going to be giving.
Okay. So, no, Judge, I'll be filing a motion to increase bond due to the facts of the case. In addition to the bond, Judge, it's just a stay-away order I think that we need to address today.
Understood. All right, anything further from the defense as to the bonds for right now?
Your Honor, I don't see that the state has laid any grounds for why the bond amount should be increased. We believe
we're not there yet. We're not there yet. There's no discussion right now. That's not what's before the court. The court just is setting bonds on the new counts.
These counts are down filed. I just want to make that clear from the record, even though there's more of them.
Understood.
But we would object to the entire bond amount increasing, considering these are down filed charges.
Okay. Your objection is noted.
Other than that, no, Your Honor.
All right. As it relates to the stay-away order, okay. So apparently these are minors. If I can have the defendant sworn.
Mr. Noak, can you unmute yourself?
Yes. Raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm this testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes.
Okay, so you can.
See, he ain't got all that. He ain't got all that smart mouthing that he gave us on social media. He got his hands up. He ain't got it up all strong. He ain't got a black power hand up. He got it real like, oh my God, I'm in some mess here, and I know it. And I've been putting on a front on social media for everybody out there. I'm big and bad on social media, Instagram in particular. But when I get in this court, I'm like, He said, do you understand, Mr. Michael Noak Eugene Jr.? Yes. And he got a limp hand up. His hand ain't up with all that black power and Egyptian and dark matter kind of stuff. Let's hear some more.
Put your arm down. Can you tell me your full name and your date of birth?
Michael Eugene Noak Jr., born August 10th, 1983.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so you are currently charged under case F20.
Where's your glasses and the hat that you wear all the time? Where's all that pimp talk? Bring the pimp talk to the courtroom too, Polight.
14438 with several counts involving a minor victim. And the minor victim is identified as T like Thomas, S like Sam. Do you know who that is?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir, you are ordered that you can have no contact with TS. And when I say no contact, that means no direct contact or indirect contact.
Brother Sanchez, I see you, brother.
Includes you cannot communicate with this individual via social media. You cannot
Brother
call,
Sanchez, y'all.
You cannot text. You cannot reach out to this individual or in some way attempt to communicate through a third person. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now, I will just advise you and admonish you. This means what it says. I do not know whether or not you were given any type of a stay-away order, but as of right now, this stay-away order is in effect in that if you violate any terms of this stay-away order, that may be grounds for your bond status, your pretrial release status to be revoked, and you will be immediately taken into custody. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Anything further on that issue from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from...
He ain't talking with all that Rolls Royce diary talk. Huh? He just said, yes, I do. White man, mayonnaise man said, do you hear what I'm telling you? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do, sir. I realize that I'm in a lot of trouble. I've been fronting on social media. I can't stand, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you something. I can't stand black people that'll get on social media. They'll call you the N-word. They'll act big and bad with their own people. And then when they're confronted with the mayonnaise man, now they all, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, I do understand, sir. I know it's court and everything. You got to conduct yourself a certain way. I get that. But I just noticed how he be having all that swag when he dealing with us. And then when he in the mayonnaise man courtroom, now he's a proper preschool talking Michael Noak.
That issue from the defense.
No, Your Honor.
All right, that is all that the court has before me. Are we done? Ms. Garcia?
I believe so, Judge. I just want the defendant to be aware that he should not be posting any social media posts or anything about this case, about the victim in this case. I know that there was a video of the victim leaked on social media. I'm concerned about the victim's, well-being regarding this case. So I just want to make sure the defendant's well aware that if that happens, we will be filing the appropriate motions to avoid that from happening.
All right. Well, just so it's clear. Yeah, just so it's clear. I just want both sides to know allegations are allegations. I certainly will respond to some type of evidence shown to the court that the defendant has somehow violated the court's order. Let me hear from the defense.
Judge, I just want to make clear for the record as well that this arrest, Mr. Noak has been compliant and has known about this investigation for far before his arrest. Has come down and voluntarily submitted 2 warrants along the way because he has nothing to hide. Any allegations that the state is making about their fear that he might have been tampering or attempting to scare the alleged victim via social media, there's no order saying that he is not allowed to use social media. And I also would like to make clear that it took the state till 4:56 p.m. on the night before the arraignment to file an information here, and a reduced one. If they were so scared, they had ample opportunity to file a motion in the meanwhile, and they failed to do so. So I don't believe that Your Honor has taken into consideration any of the arguments that they've put forth regarding why they believe bond should be increased because that's inappropriate.
We're not there. I'm not even entertaining it. So let's not even. I don't even want to hear anything about it because nothing's before me as to an increase.
Well, Your Honor has the ability to set the additional counts at ROR.
Well, I'm not. I can tell you I'm not. Based upon the only thing I have in front of me is an information. That's what I've decided as far as the bond is concerned. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Well, we would object to Your Honor taking into consideration any of the statements made by Ms. Garcia in reaching that determination.
Okay. Now, however, I do need to just advise Mr. Noak, based upon some of the arguments. I don't know what is out there that has been posted, but I will advise Mr. Noak that if in fact there is evidence shown to the court that you have somehow been responsible for submitting some type of social media involving this victim,
that's right.
You may have a First Amendment right, but it is limited. And if the state can show that this was done with some type of intent to either harass or intimidate a witness, that's serious. So just keep that in mind. You certainly have a First Amendment right, but if you do something that in somehow is intended to intimidate this witness, then the court will listen to what the allegations are and what evidence the state has presented. I think that can be the last word on this matter. I have a December 3rd report date. What is that on for?
I believe that was just for the status, Your Honor, case disposition, regular.
Okay, perfect. All right, as of right now, that's the next thing we have on this case, okay? Thank you very much.
I'm chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at him flock, watching him flop. Used to see us on my sleep when I ain't had put my thoughts in the car. I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes. Floss, I'm really pulling strings for the pound cake. I see you went for a puppet in the clown face for a little wage. The talk of the town is late. Still me, I never switch sides. Came a long way with the gas tank running on fumes. Wonder why you full on the envy. When it's all love, when I fall through with the young bulls getting niggas a kidney, but you ain't mob, you a op. Must be lost in this
Please make sure
for
to
the art and the
subscribe
jump
to his
start.
channel.
Wanted this a small pack the lunchbox with the Kool-Aid jammers, and I'm still throwing tantrum. Set the roam around the planet where they know the songs and they chant them. The vision turned into fruition. I'm really liking how it's panning. The comic collector, you thought I planned it. Been crazy, then it fell into place. Now everything's stable. I'm all in on the table. You selling that fable, we know that it's made up. We know what you made of. I do better offline. Yeah. I've been calling to a God. I'm in tune with the signs. I'm just trying to let go. I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to do fine. Moon landed with the elevation. Arm strong with the levitation. My third eye needs the calibration. That was heat rock when I notated. I've been going crazy. Stone face when I kill beat. Even no trace on location. Premeditated. Hey.
All right, everybody, peace.
In a minute, the way that they play out, I don't want to miss. I don't know part of this shit. Feel like I'm deep in the plot of a flick, and I'm the star of this. And I've been playing my part since back when we started this. Feeling charged, got a little coin on me, and I sauce with the nits. I'm a boss, I'm a prick. The code showed up in the bro doja in the fourth quarter, no assist.
All right, everybody, peace, peace, peace. So you heard it there. You heard it there. Everybody has either seen this, heard this today. Some of you in the chat room, let's do a vote right now. If this was the first time you had a chance to hear or see the actual bond hearing today out there in Miami-Dade, put a 1 in the chat room. If this is your first time laying ears or eyes or combined to this, if it's not your first time, then you can put a 2 in the chat room saying that you've already seen it. But it's okay because we need to see it more than once to really absorb what's going on. See, what I just showed you there, and what some of you have already seen, and those of you that are here that are new to seeing this, is that we just called bullshit on Polight. So when he's getting up on his grandstand like he did the other night ago, trying to tongue lash black folks on social media, talking about, I'm going to sue you and you and you and even those in the chat room. I'm going to sue your kids that are not even born. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Okay? One, he got to pay them bonds, man. That costs money, man. he got to come up with the collateral he needs to pay his lawyers because he's looking at a heavy duty situation. He got up there and told you and me and everybody in the whole social media sphere, they took the R&R charges off of me. See, y'all don't know what y'all messing with. I got a set of lawyers over here. I got a set of lawyers over there. He's talking about he got all these lawyers. He got a lawyer for his funny looking head too. He got lawyers for every car that he's renting and all that kind of stuff. He got lawyers. All that's highfalutin talk. I work in mental health. Let me break this down to you. This man, as I put his picture up here for you to see in a nutshell, let's just keep it 100% real. Polight is a narcissistic personality. He has personality issues. When a person is really small, they have to make themselves look big by dicing themselves with cars, jewelry. And then sometimes when it comes to men, they need to show you that they have this big, huge appetite for many, many women to continue to reinforce to themselves and to you that they are a man. He is false masculinity. Just because a man has cars and may have a lot of women on his arms, it may be an appearance of that. It does not make a man. It is not for the better making of a man. A man should be able to stand on his own 2 feet, build himself up, not depend on scamming people, running scams like he did on Artest. Remember Artest when he was in, when he was playing with the LA Lakers? Oh, that's very well documented that he actually scammed that brother. I'm surprised with all of Ron Artest's resources as an NBA player that he didn't come down on Michael Noak with the most strongest of legal power.
Tell the truth.
But he scammed him. He ran from the black conscious community in New York, pissed on them and ran to California, and then he took on this rapper persona. Got caught and arrested, I believe, in Hollywood, in an area that's undesirable in Hollywood. That's the truth.
Tell the truth.
So narcissistic personalities, they have to give you this facade. Even when things are going deeply wrong for them, they have a system. And what's happening is that Michael Noak, a.k.a. Brother Polight, his system has been damaged by his allegations, but he can't let you see that he's been damaged, that he's emotionally down. So he comes on social media, goes on a rant, looking like Bootsy Collins from a Funketeer group. He has to give you this this attitude like, I'm right, you wrong, I got lawyers, I'm living large, you living small, y'all can't touch me, like he's MC Hammer or something. And the proof of the matter is, that's all a facade. I deal with guys like him all the time. They put on facades, and deep under is a little boy crying within the inner onion core. See, when you assess people mentally, ladies and gentlemen, when we do assessments, you want to look at people and break them down. You want to break them down, not break them down, but you want to assess them, and you want to peel the onion. There is layers to people's personalities, and there's also the layers that's the fake stuff where you're being someone that you're not. And you see this with people that you know in your family, people that you've known. A lot of times it's hard to know what people really are, because everyone has a deep psychosis, a deep layer to who they are in their personality. And a lot of us, our personality is shaped very young in our age, when we're 4, 5, and 6 and 7 years, when we're adolescents, when we're very little kids. A lot of our personality is shaped very early on. His personality was shaped very early on. At one point in time, he portrayed himself as a Luwabian, a humble Luwabian. And then he went to LA and got himself turned out, and he turned into this, I want to be this baller figure. And it's just like, what's the old saying? You can put a duck in a tuxedo, but it doesn't matter. if you put that duck in a tuxedo, it's still a duck. It's just like if you put cologne on, gentlemen, and you're funky, it's all get out, and you just dice some cologne on your body. Well, the cologne may take down the stench, but underneath that cologne, when it wears off, you're still a stinky individual. Your shit still stinks. If you take all his fancy clothes off of him, take the glasses off of him, take the women away from him, the goofy hats and all the other stuff that antics that he does, and you see exactly what he really is underneath the surface, which is a very fragile personality. You saw it in the courtroom. I wish I could have blew up when they talked to him. But when you look at him in the Zoom, you look close up on that, that Polight is a scared Polight. That's not the Polight that was talking all that BS to everybody the other night. That's the real Polight who actually knows he's facing an uphill battle and that he may not be walking these streets free for only so long. Now, they're not coming back to go back into, they're not going to be opening up this case more until what, December? So we got a little while before before this whole thing gets going again. But I believe that the prosecution has something powerful up their sleeves to show the judge. I believe there's something going on, because why would the prosecution say he's been threatening or he has been doing something towards the victim in this? He shouldn't have contact. So he can't have contact with this child. He cannot have contact. And you heard the judge tell him, if you have contact and you do anything foul on social media, we can bring you in for contempt of court and lay something heavy on you. I suspect that because the mayonnaise man came down hard on Polight, you're going to see him less and less on social media talking all this smack. Now, however, for those of you who said, well, why was he on social media talking? Well, you heard his own defense lawyer telling him, which makes me think the defense lawyer, man, is he really on his game, right? Because he says, well, the court never gave any gag order or any order to my client that he could not get on social. You are his defense lawyer. You should be telling Michael Noak, a.k.a. Brother Polight, to stay his ass off of social media. And that's the truth.
Tell the truth.
Ruth, that's the truth. You should be telling your client, get your butt off of the social media, man. You're making your case look bad. They're looking at the videos. They're looking at your videos. They're seeing the code threats that you're making when you're sitting up here saying things like, I wouldn't want to see a young child not have their parent around anymore. Something of that notion that he was saying. Allegedly, ladies and gentlemen, allegedly.
Tell the truth.
So what do you all think? Let me put my link in the chat room. Once again, this is not, I'm not going live on StreamYards or anything like that. If you come up and talk to me, I want people to come up and say a few words so someone else can come up next after you. Okay. I'm going to put this in there and get people's thoughts. If you're using a cell phone, you must wear a headset like what I have right here. You must wear a headset. If you're using a home computer and you're at home with your computer, you should be fine. But if you're using a cell phone, an iPhone, please use a headset, because there's going to be an echo effect. And I don't want that echo effect, okay? So let me get ready to throw that in the chat room right now. Come on board and join me. And I'll be putting people's messages on the screen to see what people are saying in the chat room. And while I'm waiting for someone to come out, I'll shout people out right now. But let me put this in the chat right now. And come on upstairs and talk to me. And each person come up, talk to me for about a minute or two. And then let's let the next person come up so that we can give as many people who want an opportunity to come upstairs and talk to me. There's the link right there in the chat room, the VMix link. You click that and you come on upstairs and talk to me. Once again, if you're using a computer, you're fine. If you're using a tablet or a iPhone, Droid phone or tablet, you have to put a headset on to decrease the sound. I just discovered this a while back, that when people are using cell phones on this system that I'm using, it'll give an echo effect if you're not wearing a headset. So put a headset on. Let me see what's going on with everybody in the chat room. We got Rob, aka BK's Finest, No Nonsense. Barbie Girl Tina's in the house. Peace to you, sister. We got BTK Killer in the house. Thank you. We got Golden Melanins in the house. Let me look into my system right here and see who we got over here on my other system here. We got Yo Fish, Yog Fish in the house. We got Miss Mahogany, Chris CCC, Blood Sports 11. What's going on, Chris CCC? You're welcome here. We got Southern Nappiness. We got B Buckner. We got the Great Gazoo in the house. That was somebody else. I think I missed. We got Bob Cosmo in the house. Bob Cosmo, Real Aaron Collins. We got Neptune. We got Neptune. Toy is in the house. I can't make that out. It's a powerful name, though, I can tell. Let me see this here. We got some chick named Star in the house. Peace to you. And then we got QT1 in the house. We got BKT Killer. We got Don Sands. DJ is in the house. Let me see. Golden Melanin. No Nonsense. So I've gone through a few people that's in the house here. And then we got, there was somebody else I wanted to mention. I think Inside Outside is in here somewhere. I might have missed. Let me see to what Southern Nappy is saying here. Southern Nappy is saying here, according to the police report, he told the mother not to report it because it would ruin his career. Very selfish. Yeah, I did hear that. I just don't know if that is factual that he said that, but I'm sure if it is true, that it will come out in the court case. I'm sure that it'll come out in the court case. Okay, so we got Xavier, who I believe is coming in. Xavier, are you there? Xavier. Xavier. Okay. Let me put this in the chat room again and let some folks come up if they want to come up. Xavier. Okay, the person's not saying anything, so let's go right back into the message board here. Let me see here. We got who's gonna move on up? Yeah, who's gonna move on up and have a conversation with me, huh? Let's do it. Let me see here. We got BTK Killer with the thumbs up. What's going on? Peace to you. We got thank you. And by the way, if any of the mods can do me the other favor, drop the second channel link, the second channel, the Information Man Speaks podcast, and have everybody who wants to subscribe to that channel go right ahead and you can do so. And I appreciate any support that you bring to the channel. We got Darkness, aka Poor Light. I mean, no light. Looked like Elvis Presley, all shook up. Yeah, he was shook. There's no doubt about it. That was not a confident, swagging man there. We got Sonia Seas is in the house. She says, me, what's going on, Sonia Seas? Sonia Seas is another person that's been rocking with me for a very long time. And let me give her a clap and everybody in the chat room. And we Empress KIY saying taking notes. Yeah, take those notes. Take those notes. So everybody, let's talk about it. Did you get anything from the video? Let's do this. Let's do this again. Let's take another vote. How many people in the chat room, this was the first time you saw that video or heard that video today, or since this whole thing broke out with the bond hearing? If this is the first time you've heard this, put a 1 in the chat room. If it's not the first time you heard that video that I just played, put a 2 in the chat room. I just want to know what we got, what we're working with here. Oh, here she is right here. She's saying, peace. This is outside looking in. Peace to you, dear sister. Okay. And Angelisa, let me see. Let me put her on the board here. Oh, wow. Why did I miss her? She says this. It's absolutely a passive threat. Right. So this is why people who took their videos down, don't do that. Don't feed into Polight trying to act bad and boastful. Don't feed into it. He's narcissistic. He is feeding off of you responding to what he says. He's feeding off of it because it makes him feel that he has power. But narcissistic personalities are people who need to feed off your weakness. Don't show weakness, show strength. Show that you're not afraid of what he's saying. Show that you're not taking no videos down. And keep this in mind. The Empire Esquire said that he's a public figure. It's very difficult for him to sue everybody because he's opened himself up to criticism being a public figure. If those of you who came in here late tonight, I just put on the screen for all of you guys to see, and I broke down in the law the fact that in the United States, it's very difficult for you to sue people for defamation because if you're a private citizen versus a public citizen, it's very different. It's very difficult. I broke it all down in there for you, giving you just a little small context. Okay, so let's see. DOD said it was the first time he saw it. Southern Nappy says, too, not the first time. Angelisa, I know this is not the first time that you've seen his sister because you've been on top of things. DOD says the first time. Miss Gemini Night Tower, I think I'm saying that correct. MZ Gemini Night Tower says, let me see, first time. Sonia C says, still got to have our sex talk show, Info Man. Okay, yeah, we still got to do that. Tomorrow evening, I'm going to be having a sister on with me talking about how social media is affecting dating and relationships. Yeah, I don't want to miss that one. And I might decide to go, I might use Yard Streams to have multiple people on. Let me see if someone's on the backdrop. Xavier, are you there? Xavier, are you there? Okay, so that person's not there. Drop another link in the chat room if anybody wants to come upstairs and talk to me for a little while so that we can make more room for other people. And let me put this up here. I want to say this to everybody out there. I want to say this. I want to thank you for watching tonight. I want to say like and comment on this video when you have an opportunity. I want you to subscribe to the channel if you can do that, because I would definitely appreciate that. Okay. Another thing I would like people to do is, once again, I'm going to say it again, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And no. Xavier's not there. So let me put myself back up on there and take that off of there. And there we go. I want you all to subscribe. I thought the person was on the board with me. So hit the bell of notification if you can. Hit that bell of notification. Subscribe to the channel. Be a part of the family over here. Share this in your social media. Share this in your community tab, everybody. Once again, let me give everybody a clap for being here once again. Okay, QT1, I think, is coming upstairs with me. And let me see if she's here. QT, are you in the house, sister? Let me see. Are you in the house, sister? Let me put her on the screen. Are you in the house, QT1? QT1, are you in the house? Okay, not in the house yet. I'm gonna still wait and see if something. Remember, if you're using a cell phone or a tablet, use a headset. If you're using your desktop computer, you should be fine. QT1, are you there? Let me put her mic, turn her mic on. Are you there? Testing 1, 2, 3. Are you there, sister? Are you there? Okay. I'm going to keep that mic on. If anybody comes in, just holler at me when you come in. I'm going to go back into the chat and see what people are saying. Let me see what we got here. Sister, got Miss Mary's in the house. Welcome here. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Oh, okay, we got her on here. All right. QT1, how you doing, sister?
I'm good. Can you hear me? I tried.
Yeah, you hear.
Okay, cool. Because I was doing it before. I thought I had it right. This is my first time doing it, but you couldn't hear me, so I went back out and came back in.
Okay. Yeah, you in the house. I want to hear your thoughts on all the things that have transpired today around Mr. Michael Noak, aka Brother Polight.
Yeah, it is all crazy to me in terms of one, him being online the way he is, right? Because I was on Max's channel earlier. So we talked about this happened in February. We're only just getting it last month, right?
Right.
So my mindset was like, wow, he knew about it in February because he got arrested for it, charged, So at what point did he get a lawyer? You know what I'm saying? Because why are you on social media all of this time? And then now that it's public, and now it's public, you want to threaten people for reporting on public information, even if he was a private citizen. Okay?
Right.
It's public information. You can speak about public information, and like how the example you gave, you can give your opinion on public information.
Right. QT1, let me just stop you 1 minute. I got to give this shout out because I respect this brother. This is Brother Ben here from the Townhouse Media. What's up, my dear brother? Townhouse Media. Just another podcast. Peace to you, Brother Ben. Brother, I'm glad you came over to check out what we're doing over here tonight. Come on over more often. Me and you got to do something together too. And I know you're doing big things within the podcast world too, brother. So thank you for coming in. Townhouse Media. He says, peace to me. Peace, brother. This is what I'm going to do, folks, because I got to let QT1 speak and speak here. I'm just going to put people's messages on the board, and you'll see your messages on the board as we go along. And then when the sister says what she has to say, then, of course, we'll open it up for someone else to come upstairs and talk to me right after her. So QT1, I'm sorry to cut you off, sister. Continue with what you were saying. Go right ahead. You got the floor.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Like I said, that was my start of it, which is like, again, February. Now we're here. Why are you making threats to people reporting on things? Then we come to like what we heard on the Zoom, right? And keep in mind, we're still talking about February.
Right.
So people
Tell the truth.
In that courtroom have been paying attention all along, which is why they were able to make that comment about social media, third person threats or subliminals. You understand what I'm saying? Because they've been paying attention since February.
Right.
That's just a common sense factor. So yeah, it behooves me that, a genius, smarter than most, attorney or not, would not know better. And I said in the comments before I came up, which was, his attorney don't care. His attorney getting that check.
Right.
Because he knows he's dealing with a buffoon.
Right.
So, go ahead.
Let me just say this. If Nappy Yankee is still in the chat room, I got to shout him out. If Max is out there watching, shout out to you. Shout out to Lady Be Unstoppable. Shout out to Miss Mahogany, No Nonsense. Shout out to, I think Seth was in there. CJM is in the house. Miss Mary, Chris CC, Terry Knox is in the house. Real Aaron Collins. Who else? Some chick named Star, which is one of my moderators. Sister Natural's in the house. Bob Cosmic. We got some content creators here. So if you have the ability to take paper and pencil and write people's name down, definitely check out their channels. I might have missed people. Anybody I missed, I apologize. If anybody super chatted me and I didn't say anything because I missed it, I apologize. We got this brother here. I think his name is Seth Amon Ron, who's saying, what's up, Nappy Yankee? I don't know if Nappy Yankee is still in the house. We got B. Buckner is in the house. Rob, A.K., BK's Finest. Sonia C's again. I just want to give some people some love here. And let's get back to what Sister QT1 is saying here. Go right ahead again, sister. Just wanted to shout some folks out. And we got Barbie Girl Tina in the house. Let me not forget her. And we got Nat Tumte Sorry if I'm messing up names here, but peace to you. And until we had the beautiful, empowered Esquire that came in tonight and blessed us, I'll be on with her live on Sunday. Go right ahead, QT1.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Just, within, when you put everything in perspective, meaning the collective, those of us who are following this right now, we all have to consider that he knew since February. We're only just getting it last month. That speaks volumes of the arrogance about him. Because most of us, if we had been hit with something like that, right? And when I say this, meaning if we didn't do it, knowing we didn't do it at all, right?
Right.
No one would be out there on social media the way he is. No one will be out there threatening people, because we would have sense enough to know we're gonna say we're gonna roll like what the lawyers say, meaning be quiet. We're not gonna worry about this social media thing, because at the end of the day, social media is his bread and butter. We all understand that. Yes. But at what point does your character and the merit of the man sets it? You understand?
Yes.
Because that should be more important than anything given these circumstances, because we're talking about a child. And that is the most precious thing, is a child. And so I don't care who his followers are, and you can sit and follow him and say, because I do believe in innocent until proven guilty as well. Right. I'm just speaking on the morality of it all as a man. This is a child. Be quiet and have your day in court. Don't be so arrogant. Don't threaten people who are just getting their bread and butter like you. Right. That's it. And that's all I want to say.
QT1, before you go though, sister, what I thought was, see, a lot of us on social media, some of us have been speaking based on what we see on the docket, and some of us have been coming to our own assumptions of what we think is going on. But I think it was because I had said on my first video, and I had got this on good information from Zion Lex TV, that there was some sort of threat, something going on towards the family. And this kind of makes me feel like, man, maybe I was on to it right. Maybe the information the brother said was correct, because the prosecuting lawyer, and we heard it on the video, it wasn't me saying it, it was the lawyer, said that they have it on good account that he's been putting some threats towards the victim. So if you're innocent of doing what you did to an underage minor, why would you have to threaten them? And why would the prosecution be saying that? Could they be making it up out of thin air? No, this is law. This is discovery. They have to research this stuff. Why would they wouldn't just come to a bond hearing and just start making up stuff.
And that goes back into what I was saying. We all have to get it in perspective. They've been on him since February. This is not some made up stuff, right? They have been on all of his social media accounts. And what it is that he's throwing subliminals. And even when they say the victim, understand the victim, that's going to include her mother as well. Meaning, throwing those subliminals out there to the mother. You see, because I think he's trying to intimidate the mother into not doing A, B, C, D. But he's so genius, right? He's so smart. He doesn't realize that this is getting picked up regardless. This is not one of those cases where, back in the 80s, you have a doom, fight, whatever. Oh, well, no, we were both doing something and the police walk away. You can't press charges. This ain't that. And that's his problem.
That's his problem.
As smart as he is in terms of the way he's telling people who follow him, at the end of the day, the part that he doesn't get, because I put in there too, remember that the sovereign immunity? See, because if you're on that page, right, you're not paying attention to the law. You're going to pay attention to the sovereign law. Well, see, he dropped the ball because he should have been focused on, no matter what, you have to have knowledge of law of the land where you are. That's why he's playing himself, because we all see what's up. And like I said, again, innocent until proven guilty. I'm just talking about the shenanigans before we even get to trial, the shenanigans. And then we see what the docket says. He's even trying to tell people that, oh, see, these charges are gone. See, I told y'all these charges. No, it says, what is it? No action. It doesn't say dismissed. He's even trying to convince people that, because I went on that live that he did. He said something like, in other words, the best way I could put it, because I can't remember right now at the time, it's almost like the bigger charges are now gone. Okay, so let's just say that's what it is, right? Would you still, as a man, want to have on your back lewd and lascivious acts on a child 12 to 14? That's disgusting.
Look,
See, that's still
QT1,
there.
just like you are a grandmother, a mother, I'm a father. I have a child, a daughter close to that age. She's 13. And this is what triggered me, because like I said before, I've been sitting back for a while watching these type of bandits like this for a while. Didn't ever get into the content, start talking about it. But it was something that particularly triggered me with this situation, because I'm thinking that could be what if that was my child? If someone put their hands on my child, I'm going to go off tenfold. It's going to be on 10 o'clock news. We got grown. Look, look. I'm keep it real. Let's just keep it real. He's supposed to have 3 wives or 2 wives or polygamous, whatever lifestyle he's living. And he ain't really married to them. Right. Another thing that this also proves out is guys like Polight, they always be talking that secured creditor and private citizen and type talk. Where was all that talk in the courtroom? Huh? Exactly. See, that stuff don't work in the real world. When your ass is up against the wall, they not gonna want to hear any of that mumbo jumbo talk. But he was one of the ones that was pushing the secure creditor talk. Oh, if you're a private citizen, they can't touch you. They can touch your ass if you're touching kids. So you can't use none of that. Right. You can't use none of that jargon. But you notice when he was in court, like I said, he was talking like a preschool kid. He was, yes, sir. Or he was just basically talking. He was very humble in the way he was talking. He wasn't talking that Jimmy Walker talk, pimp talk, and stuff like that. Right? He gave respect to the court. It's too bad he can't give black people the same respect that he gives the court. Too bad he can't stop trying to pursue his con games on black people. But when he's in court, he's trying to be straight and narrow. I find that very interesting that he was doing that. Let me say peace to CCNTV, Reed, Fish is in the house. My man DOD, who's in the house in the chat room there, and many others that are here tonight. I really appreciate that. We got Henderson in the house saying right. Henderson says right. He's still embarrassing the victims by trying to downplay the charges. That's what really triggered me, QT1. Another thing I wanted to ask you while you're on here still is I've been saying this to myself, and everybody's been saying this. They're going to get him. While he keeps talking about he's going to get us, they're going to get him on the social media. They're watching the social media.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm going to say it one more again. We're just now getting it. Right?
Right.
It's been going on since February. That's how dumb he is. And you know what? I wanted to back up and say, when you talked about all the wives, okay, it's like, dude, you live in California. So like how you say, it's not no legal marriages. It's not no polygamy in California. Okay.
Right.
And let me read what the real Aaron Collins, if you don't mind, wrote.
Yeah, go ahead. No problem.
He says, well, now he can marry the inmates that live on level 4 prison yard. That part. Exactly. You know, and it's crazy that he doesn't realize the social media. I'm not going to say that's going to be his downfall, but I'm going to say it's definitely going to be a contributing factor and possibly the nail in his coffin.
Right. Let me read what No Nonsense says. She says to Mahogany. Everybody in the chat room is putting great stuff out too, by the way. It hits so hard for me. I really feel for the victims, and it brought up memories, so I had to take a break really quickly, but I'm back now. Okay, let me just say this to anybody out there, to any of the ladies out there, anybody who's been touched like this in any kind of way. I don't mean to trigger anybody. I'm sorry if this did trigger you in any kind of way, but this is why we still need to bring these things to the light of day, right, and not let them stay hidden under the curtains. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I work in mental health. I've dealt with people that have been abused, all kind of things. I'm going to tell you straight up right now, we have a problem in the black community when we have predators like this in the black community, and we know we do. That's why we have a lot of black women who are a lot of brothers are wondering, well, why black women got an attitude? Why do black women act like this? Because there's a lot of black women out here that have been mistreated and touched and molested by other black men in their family, uncles, cousins, and black men in the community. It has happened, and that has left. And once a woman or a man or anybody has been touched like that, their soul has been stolen from them. They never really come back to who they really were. So this is part of our problem. We don't like to address the ugly side of what goes on in our communities. But the fact of the matter is, it does go on. And usually people who have been touched usually become perpetrators on other people. And generally, if you've been touched, molested in some kind of way, you could be a perpetrator of that on someone else as well. It does happen. Let me just say this too. Aaron Collins said level 4 prison. I know something about that. I deal with guys at a level 4 that have been through the ringer. And that we call it an S suffix, having an S suffix on your record. When he comes in, he gonna get that envelope. And those guys do not like people who have that S on their record for a sex offense. So he's going to have to, if he goes to prison, potentially goes to prison, if he's found guilty of all charges, he's going to have a hard time. He's going to have to be PC'd up. They're going to have to put him in protective custody. He's going to be in walk alone yard. They can't have him in general population. No way. And I bet you any kind of money that if he can't handle it, he'll come to a place like I work for mental health treatment when he's falling apart and he's feeling scared. He's going to play the mental role, because I've worked with high profile guys that came from San Quentin, not going to name any names. And when I was in treatment programs, they ain't so tough, ladies and gentlemen, when they're talking to a treatment team. That's when they begin to fall apart and say, I can't go to this institution. I can't go there. I got this kind of record. They're going to get me on the yard. I can't program here. Can't be on this. I can't walk this yard here. Can't walk this line here. Can't do it. Oh, yeah. See, so
and I believe you know what? He'll be that guy. He will be that guy. And I'm going to tell you why he'll be that guy, aside from that. Because like you said, when we watched that Zoom.
Sugar Love, what's up?
If you watched his live, you can tell even on that live, he was in fear. See, he's talking a whole lot, trying to put on that face, right? But if you you know, you're in the business, so you know what it is. You understand what I'm trying to say? Anyone who's either known someone who's been harmed, hurt, or in the field of recognizing certain signs, if you look at his live, you can see it on his face. You can hear it in his voice. He is scared. He's talking that, oh, they dropped this. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna do. He's trying to put that bravado on, right? Mm-hmm. But you can tell he knows, like, I am in big trouble. So I agree. He's gonna be that guy who's not gonna be able to deal with the program. He's gonna simp out for real. And those are the guys who normally, you know, on the outside, you know, they the man, they the big man, you know,
right.
Like how you said, all the stuff he preaches, those are the guys who can't handle that system right there. There'll be a punk in there.
Right. Let me say this too. When everybody gets a chance, and I end this program tonight, I want everybody to go back to the video that I did with the Empowered Esquire. Don't look at the video. Look at the thumbnail. Go back to my channel. Look at the thumbnail. I picked that thumbnail because that was the day when he was running off at the mouth. And if you look at his eyes, because the eyes are the window to the soul, ladies and gentlemen, and that's a fact.
Tell the truth.
He did not look good. His eyes were bloodshot red. Y'all remember that? Y'all saw that video. Eyes were looking bloodshot red, like he's not getting no sleep, looking stressed, but he was still talking that mess. But guess what? It doesn't add up, because the man behind closed doors, he is worried, ladies and gentlemen. He is worried. Look at that thumbnail picture, or go back to that video where he was doing all that talking, and you can see he didn't look too good in the eyeballs. He looked like he's under stress. But of course, he's got to put on a good show for everybody, but the man's under stress. You can't tell me this is not a stressful position that he's in, because he knows that he could possibly go to jail and never see the light of day. Now, what I was going to say, and I forgot to say, QT1, about the ladies that he's with, I'm thinking to myself, why would you need to do something to an underage girl when you can have all the big booty women that you've been running around with? All these, as my man Chief X said, all these OnlyFans girls that he's been able to pick up. That's what Chief X said. Most of them are only girls fans. So why? That's what Chief X said. He said, if you look at the women that he's been running around with, they all got OnlyFans. And let me say this. If you really got it like that, because every time you see him on video, if you go to his Instagram, he's got pictures where he's with this woman and that woman and his women. If you got it going on like that, what you need for a underage girl when you got 2 and 3 women, 1, 2, 3, 4 women? What's up with that? That should be enough to fill a man's appetite, ladies and gentlemen.
You want the answer?
Yes, sister.
You let me take a breath. Okay. And I'm just going to say, excuse me, y'all. You might not have heard me like this before.
If I had those many women, my appetite would be my appetite would be filled.
Well, here's the thing, because you thinking like that is because you are a man and you are comfortable in your manhood. You understand?
Yes.
So
yes.
That's why I said, let me do my little disclaimer, because, I've only probably talked crazy one time on the show before. So now we're going to get it right now, okay? So I'm just saying sorry for the folks who ain't used to me, okay?
Okay.
Here. I'm a woman, okay? I'm a very seasoned woman. But with that being said, I don't have no whole tendencies, never have, okay?
Okay.
So I've been married and all of that. And I grew up around a lot of males. So when I'm talking, what I'm about to say, is twofold. He can have all the women in the world, as far as like what he's presenting to us. Okay.
All right. That's right.
This is all about presentation, right?
Right.
So it's a look. But how about this? Do we know if those women are satisfied? No, we don't. Number one.
Well, they do. Wait a minute, though, QT1. They do say that a lot of women in America are having a hard time getting an orgasm. that a lot of women are unsatisfied in the bed. I don't want to start. I don't want to do my relationship and sex show just yet. We're going to do that. We're going to do that for another time. And we're going to have a panel. I want a panel of ladies and guys. We're going to get into that conversation later. But let's be honest. A lot of women in America are unsatisfied, gentlemen.
There we go. And sorry, y'all, I didn't mean to get him
Tell
on
the
my
truth.
page, but that's where I'm going, okay? I didn't mean to do that to your info, but
let
we don't know if the brother's satisfied, so we talking about an ego.
Right.
You
Let
understand?
me just shout out one person, real good person here, and that's Conscious TV. What's going on, brother? Conscious TV is in the house saying because Predator are attacking vulnerabilities and domination, which is something they can have over children, unlike willing, consenting partners. Conscious TV, you're on the money, brother. Let me give you a clap for that one. Yes. All right.
Tell the truth.
Go ahead. Go ahead, QT1.
That was very eloquent.
Oh yeah. Black Conscious TV. Yeah, Conscious TV. Conscious TV. He puts it down on his show. He'll tell you the T and break the T down on you. Okay. Yeah. I mean he does it over there.
That's all I said. That was very PG. Because see where I was going, saying the same thing, I just wasn't going to be as nice because again, I'm a woman. Okay. And when I say I'm a woman, I've been divorced, which means I had to raise children at some point on my own. You understand what I'm trying to say? Which means I was very vigilant all the time. So with that being said, that is correct. That's why I brought up these women may not be satisfied. Here's the thing. This dude talks so much. I guarantee you, these women he's fronting and putting on blast, I guarantee you they have let him know that it ain't going down like that. It's about the coin. Okay. So what happens is he has to feed that ego. Number one. Number two, I know plenty of dudes. When I say this, meaning hearing conversations here and there, they could have a grown woman, but by that time, her daughter is 14. Oh, look at her. Oh, she got a body. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
That's the first key right there. That's the first key. And anytime you hear somebody like that, that's a person you don't need to be around.
Right.
Because you don't even want a connection. And that's what's wrong with him. He trying to turn her out. All them older men like them young ones to be the first. You understand? Because they have this thing to get to be the first and then to turn them out. And keep them hooked, because them ones would turn against their own mama. Do you understand?
Yes,
that's what it is. That's what's wrong with him. He's a sicko. But I'm glad her mother didn't fall for that okie doke, and that she reported his ass as she should. I'm so happy she did that, because there's a lot of women that would have kept it under the rug and just would have rolled with it.
Right. Let me say this right now. We have the Duchess of Wisdom. Everybody can come up and talk
Duchess,
for a moment. This is what we're going to do. QT1. Now, I had to give you this time, QT1, because we talked on Max's channel. You have a lot of wisdom. You brought a lot. You bring a lot to the table, and I'm glad that you brought this up, that we brought that angle in there, that how do we know that those women that he pounces around with are even satisfied? That might even be a facade for all we know. And also, wait a minute. When he went on Jesse Lee Buck Dancing, I Created White History Month, Jesse Lee Peterson show, this was brought out on that show. He came on there with his two ladies that he's supposed to be married to. And one of the women, if you go back to Jesse Lee Peterson's video when Polight came on there and spoke to him, in the video, Jesse Lee Peterson asked him the question about the lifestyle that they was living. And one of the girls said, this is why Polight's been doing this, allegedly. He's been doing this underage thing, allegedly. I don't know. But in that video, she kind of slipped and said, I met him when I was 16 years old.
Oh, my God.
Go back. Everybody, listen to me. I've never
seen that.
Y'all got to go dig up the sellout himself, Jesse Lee Peterson, on his show. There's a video.
Okay.
Everybody has shown clips of that video. I got a clip of it on my channel, on one of the videos I did previously. Everybody, Go ahead and look for that video. He's on Jesse Lee Peterson. Jesse Lee Peterson is a buck dancer. He's a gumbo and sambo type. Okay. I'm going to say it again. He's a gumbo and sambo type. Just keep that in mind. He interviewed him about the lifestyle that they live, the poly lifestyle that they're living. And one of the women, I think he met his first one when they were both young. But then there was another girl, another woman on there that he's supposed to be married to. And she said, I met him when I was at my mom's, I think at some bookstore, either her mother's bookstore or when they went to some bookstore, something about a bookstore. And she slipped and said, I was either 15 or 16. She never said she was 20. She never said she was 18, but she kept bouncing between age 15 and 16, meaning you could tell that she was kind of getting something kind of like something was. And then you can look at his first woman and you could tell that she was looking at her like you done messed up.
Right.
Go back to that video is a very much, goddamn it, I wish I had that. I wish I could have presented that to you all tonight. Damn it. But anyway, it just came to me, QT1. If you look at that video, there's a discrepancy in the age of one of the women that he's supposed to be married to now. So the question is, this is just a question. I'm just speculating here based on what I heard in the video. It appeared like he might have got with one of his so-called wives when she was still considered a teenager.
A minor.
A minor, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to stop right there. QT1, thank you for coming on with me. I'm going to drop another link in the chat room.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
That's what I was saying. I know this is a new setup. Let me find a little thing so I can hang up. Thank you so much. I'm going to drop back down in the chat.
Sooner or later, I'll use the StreamYard, which will be easier for people where I can have multiple people on the screen, but I'm not using StreamYard tonight. This system that I got allows me to let people up one at a time, but I'm going to upgrade it so I can have multiple people on this system. But thank you for coming over. Let me give you a clap. Everybody give QT1 a clap in the chat room. She gave us a tea tonight, everybody. Here we go. Thank you.
All right, wow.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Let me put another link in the chat room, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go nowhere.
Tell the truth.
You're listening to the Information Man Show.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to
put another one in there.
subscribe to his
Don't go
channel.
nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back.
Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back now. So, who else do we have coming in? I dropped the link 2 times in there. I think we had Duchess of Wisdom who says she wanted to come upstairs. Anybody can come upstairs. We're letting people on one person at a time, of course. So click that link. If you're using a cell phone, you have to have a headset on. If you're using a tablet, you have to have a headset on. If you're using a computer, desktop computer at home or laptop, you're going to be just fine. Okay? So click the link. I put 2 links in there, one person at a time. Let people come up, say their piece, and then we get another person on. I can try to keep it going a little bit longer depending on, how many people want to come upstairs. So I'm going to wait here a little bit longer. I want everybody to look into that on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. He was on there. They were talking about the lifestyle that they were living. And Polight was talking about how their lifestyle coming together as a couple in this multiple relationship type thing was another way to develop their wealth, right? And I can't think of the other wife's or the so-called wife's name, but she talked about how she met Polight, something about meeting him in her mother's bookstore, I believe, or bookstore, and how she was between 15 and 16. She never said 20. She never said anything higher. It was in the teen, which you could tell in the video, he might have gotten with her. He might have. I don't know. I'm not saying it's the facts. I'm not saying it's 100% true. But on the video, it appeared as if she was saying that she was 16 or 15 and she was much younger than Polight. Go check that video out and you be the guest of whether you think it's factual or not. So come on, folks. Come on upstairs and talk to a brother. Let me shout some people out and see who we have in the chat room. We got DOD in the house. QT1 who came upstairs with me. We got Ross. We got Rasta in the house. Ross in the house. See Chris CCC in the house. Let me see. Sonia C's. We got we got somebody coming in. All right. And she on the screen, looking cute and everything like that. All right.
Peace.
What's going on, young lady? How are you?
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you and we can see you just fine. I'm so happy to see you here. This is fantastic. I mean, damn it, let's hit a clap here for the lovely woman. All right. My. All right. Oh, I'm so glad you're here because I want to hear your perspective too. I want to hear everybody's perspective if I can. Go right ahead. The floor is yours, sister.
Firstly, I'm going to say I'm tired. I've been following this case since it originally broke. There's like a lot of nuance with this that I think we have yet to see. But there's a few things that I just wanted to point out.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
The first thing is about, I guess when we're talking about Polight's, I guess, assertions that he's going to sue folks, right?
Yes.
That make any defamation sort of statements towards his person or his brand. The interesting thing for me is that the conscious community as a whole has had a long history of like doxing people.
Oh,
and I know
wow.
this isn't specific to the case, but that includes the camp that he kind of got his start from. So, this case to me at the end of the day is going to be a case about character.
Okay.
And then when you look at Michael Noak's character, you see a lot of interesting things. And like you made a point, one of his wives, I think her name is Raed, she was on
Yes, that's the lady. Thank you.
Yeah, Jesse Peterson's show, and she was confused. She actually said 16 or 17.
Okay.
But then she went back. She was like, yeah, I think I was like 16 or it could have been 17. She kind of went back and went back and forth about those ages. And you were right. The kind of look that they gave her was like, girl, you wasn't supposed to say that, right? But that's not even the first time. So there also, and I mean, there's documentation to kind of prove the things that I'm saying. But like the other sister previous to me was saying that, when daughters turn against their mothers, he was dating a woman that was one of his wives at one point.
Wow.
They separated because allegedly the rumor is that he had some illicit interest in the daughter.
Wow.
They split up and then the daughter ran off with him. That daughter is now one of his current wives.
Are you, wait a minute, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Let me.
I'm dead serious.
Wait a minute. Are you? Wait a minute. Are you saying what I just think I heard you say?
You heard it, and that's exactly what There's even court documents where he was suing. No, I'm sorry, that's with another child. But there are some court documents where she put out a stay away order because she was concerned with the welfare of her daughter, and he responded
Wait,
to that with it's public record. I'm not saying anything that people can't Google themselves.
wait a minute.
That yeah, he tried to sue the New York CPS, a specific, I can't remember the sister's name, but a specific employee that worked for, Children and Family Services in the state of New York,
Hmm.
and the mother for punitive, like, emotional distress. And this was all around Renented. And then after some time, she ended up taking off and running away with him. And then what, again, this is how this gets deeper, is that um, sometime after that, Sonetta over there in HOK have a falling out about money, or it was an issue. I can't remember the specific issue, but Sonetta puts out a video like, you know, essentially calling him Baby York, Baby Dr. York, and he specifically makes mention of Renented and says that this is his wife's cousin's daughter. So the question then becomes, like, if you knew this information, you didn't share this information with the people up until there was some sort of issue. I can't remember if it was financial or if I can't remember exactly what it was. But until they had a falling out, and then you air this information out, he essentially accuses him of harboring a runaway child. And at the time, he was calling Renentet his daughter, but then she somehow miraculously evolves into his wife.
Sister, wait a minute. I'm trying to digest everything that you're saying. It's unbelievable. I mean, oh my God. This is danger zone. This is a danger zone.
Tell the truth.
It's a real thing.
My God. Woo, boy.
It's a real thing.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And I mean, there's more information. Like, we could start talking about timelines. So, and I keep mentioning HOK, and I mention them for a reason. So even in terms of like Polight, like when the whole case broke, right? So he got arrested after the DNA was confirmed, and this is information. The report, if you want it, I have a copy of it, like a PDF. Um, so
Woo. Man,
he
you
got
didn't really
arrested.
you didn't came on here and you didn't dropped like that song. You dropped a bomb on me. You didn't really like my woo.
No,
Woo.
I mean, it's real. So and I'm not going to stay on here too long, but getting into timelines, he got
Wow.
arrested on his birthday, which was August 10th. The arrest was due to the DNA, the swab that he produced, matching the semen samples that were collected off of the child's clothing.
Mm-hmm.
At
Wow.
that time, Sonetta was down in Miami celebrating his anniversary with Polight and I guess a few other friends. So he was down there in Miami during that time span. There's no possible way that anybody, if we're to speculate that he only spoke about this up until after Tasha K broke the story, but he was legitimately down there with Polight those days spanning his arrest. But he still did not say anything up until after Tasha K broke the story. And then at that point, he's like, oh, family, we're going to, have a conversation about this and so on and so forth. But I mean, again, like I've said to everyone, this is a story about character. So not even just that, but then we got to talk about the women, right? The wives. So the question now becomes, these women, and because it's been said, this is just speculation, these are rumors at this point, but it's been said that um, Aminette has a very special arrangement with Polight, meaning that she's like the number one, like she's wife number one. Like there's no, the sort of relationship that he has with her is completely different than the sort of relationship that he has with the other wives. Both of them or all of them has said that they have like these covenants or marriage contracts. However, one thing that I do know is what caused a question to me is that these women are also participating in this sort of environment, right? So my question with them is, if he's your husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's certain
Right.
things that you see in him.
Right.
You're with him daily. So at what point, and again, this is just me speculating, like, he, if he did these things, which whatever, but if he did these things, that means that he was in an environment comfortable enough where he felt like he could do it and then get away with it, right?
Right. Right.
So the question for me becomes, how complicit are these women in allowing this sort of behavior where a man feels okay to take one of his quote unquote potential wives' child and then take her and do these things to her, if this is actually what happened? So then I have to look at them and, like, what kind of environment are they fostering around this man to give him the bravado to think that this sort of action is okay to perpetrate against a child?
Okay. Well,
right?
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. I'm not to cut off what you're trying to. Well, finish your thought, and then I'll ask you the question. I'm sorry.
No, go
Finish
ahead.
your thought.
I'm good. It's okay. Go ahead.
How much? I know that we do talk about, men are doing this and men are doing that to young girls, and that we gotta stop men from doing these sort of things to young ladies, grown ass men, by the way, who should not be doing this with girls, not young ladies, but minors. But how much are the women that he has around him? How much do they help to reinforce his mythology or his persona? Let me say that, because if he's got women that are willing to be in this sort of poly type of relationship with him, doesn't it kind of help feed his ego that he can have anything and everyone that he wants? So it makes me wonder. You bring up a very good point, sister, that we don't know. We're speculating here, but I just wonder, I'm not saying it's facts, how many of these ladies knew exactly what he's been doing or what he did do with this minor and just looked the other way.
Give me 1 second. I want to answer one of the questions in
Oh, okay. No problem. Let me put you on the screen here.
Yeah, it's not hearsay about the DNA evidence. If you don't want to take my word for it, there's a channel, Moorish World TV. Taharka Bey actually shows the PDF of the report, the police report, where it says that the semen samples and the sample collected from Michael Noak are a match.
Okay, but not only that, sister, let me say this. See, it tells me that, okay, maybe this person that's in the chat room, and peace to them, who they are, maybe they missed my video tonight. In the video, the bond hearing, you heard
they didn't deny DNA.
They didn't deny DNA, but the prosecuting attorney brought up the issue of having semen evidence. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, did y'all miss that on the video that I showed you tonight? It's not my words. It's not her words. It came out of the prosecuting lawyer, the state versus Michael Noak. We know him as Polight. And I know somebody in there said, let's stop calling him Polight because there's nothing right now very polite about him at all. Okay, there's nothing polite about him right now. But let me say this. Y'all need to go back and look at on my video, look at that again, or look at some video wherever you can find it, if not my video, and you will hear the prosecuting lawyer say she spoke of there being semen evidence. So for everybody on social media saying that ain't true, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, the lawyer said it in the damn bond hearing today. So let's put that crap to rest. Let's put that crap to rest. Let me put you back on the screen, sister. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was present during that Zoom meeting this morning.
Okay.
I wanted to personally be in attendance to hear what was being said before anybody took clips and sound bites, and if there was ever any manipulation of it, I wanted to know for myself, right?
Right.
And even in that, like, she immediately started firing shots like, this is a media case, he's an individual that has, followers and so on and so forth. And to me personally, when I heard her say that, I think she was trying to create the foundation of her trying to get his bond revoked, because she sees him as a flight risk, right? And besides, he's not even a resident of the state of Florida. So we can't necessarily say that he's going to commit to all these hearings if it's required for him to be present for them. But everybody in here, I guess I assume, has watched it. But like I said in the beginning, this case is going to be a case about character. If you look at Michael Noak's history, his track record, there are allegations of wire fraud committed with him and his wives, Anuket, her name is Juliet Smalls, Raed, her name is Jessica, I can't remember her last name. But yeah, so there's a money trail that follows them consistently. And I just don't want people to be so silly enough to think that this is just going to be a case about DNA, because then he has to also defend the stance of his actions. In the report, it states that he said he asked the mother to take the daughter to an after party. She does not corroborate that statement in the report. She doesn't corroborate. She doesn't say, yes, that's what I said, I agree to that. And then so he has to then at that point defend the statement, because again, in that video that you just played earlier, he said that he didn't make a statement, but the report reflects something different. So did you or did you not make a statement about what you did? And then, we go into, how do you get, okay, so the after party is closed. What, Michael Noak, how did you get from, okay, you're at this supposed after party that would, we're not even going to talk about the legality with that. But once you realize that the party was closed, why didn't you immediately think to take the daughter back to her mother?
Very good point.
What was a train of thought? How do you defend getting from the parking lot of the club to your hotel room, not her hotel room, but to your private hotel room, right? And then you have to justify what in that conversation, or why was it okay for you to provide this minor with alcohol? What was the conversation if you're saying that you wanted to mend the mother and daughter relationship? How does that involve alcohol?
Wow. So everything, did you notice, since I have you up here for the moment, and I'll try to bring somebody else up as well, and I enjoy you bringing this hard-hitting content to the channel, these hard-hitting facts that you brought up. But let me ask you this. Did you notice, what little bit we could see of him on the Zoom screen, did you notice how somber he was? He was very humble. He wasn't talking a lot of that talk that he was talking. And then another thing that really stood out to me, sister, is the fact that he completely lied to everybody. He said, well, the R&R charges were dropped completely from me, but then we find out that he's got more charges. He's looking at more felonies. He's still looking at L&L, lewd in the city, acts with a minor. Still looking at serious charges that can put him away for a long time. So I don't know what the hell he think he's doing, getting on social media, trying to talk about how he gonna sue everybody and sue the chat rooms, sue the content creators and everybody and their damn mama. I mean, crazy, just craziness.
Yeah, and I mean, he's an influencer, right? How many times do we hear about these influencers, like their Instagram and their social pages where people engage with them are one way, and then come to find out that in real life they're doing a lot of insidious stuff on the back end. So for me, I wouldn't say that it's a far reach to say that, even the person that we've seen in court is a facade. Because if you look at his Instagram, at least to a certain extent, is really who he would like to people, the best version of himself, right?
Okay.
So with that being said, he puts on this kind of persona of like like the term wealth porn, where people are engaged because everybody wants to get the bag. And so he has to have this kind of grandiose and bombastic sort of character to kind of justify, because when I think for folks that aren't wealthy, I guess, in that sort of bracket, when we imagine, we're kind of coming from that context of like, growing up on like The Rich and the Famous and all of those shows proceeding up to that point to current day. So I think that, to me, he was just putting his best foot forward because he was in court, and full stop. He didn't have on that big bucket hat or whatever that bucket hat is, that red bottom hat that he had on. He had none of the stuff on. He had on what looked like a crushed velvet suit. So, he tried to still make a statement, and he had on the tie that I've seen in like 2,000 other videos of his or photos of his, that Versace tie that he always happens to wear. But yeah, I think it was absolutely for show. I don't think that, what we saw in the hearing today was, as far as his behavior was, anything out of the norm for him, because he very quickly plays the role.
Right.
Very quickly.
Let me say this. Let me remind everybody in the chat. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
No, the last part that I wanted to say, and this is a part that I think a lot of people missed as well, is that, what's her name? Nicole Garcia. She's the prosecutor.
Nicole Garcia. Yes.
Yeah. She also mentioned an additional charge. And she did list it out very, very clearly. And that was, I think it was interfering with custody of a minor. And that's kind of a downgrade of kidnapping. So with that being said, and that hasn't hit the docket yet, like I check it like every few hours, it's probably not going to change anytime today, but there's still that potential charge, and she's still probably sometime tomorrow, because she didn't do it today, she's probably still going to, since they have readjusted the bail with these new charges,
yes,
she's probably going to motion again to increase, because she did say she was going to do that. So I don't put it past her that that's what she's going to do here soon. So we'll probably see him back again in another Zoom here shortly, within the next month or so. Absolutely.
Well, I believe, not, I don't believe, but it was in the video, and you heard it already. The judge made a date for, what is it, December the 3rd? Am I correct? December the 3rd?
So that's the status. So that's just, I'm kind of going over, is everything going the way that it's supposed to go?
Okay.
As far as filings, and everybody's up to speed about what they're supposed to be doing with the case. But that doesn't, stop anybody from filing motions for whatever, whether it's Nancy or whether it's David Tarras, or Tarras, however he says his last name, his, the defending attorney.
Right. And let me also let everybody know, if you want to do a little research on the law firm that he's using, look them up. They're on YouTube, and they give you I saw a video where they give a blueprint as to how they protect their clients. And there's a reason why, there was a reason why when he turned himself in, there's a reason why he didn't necessarily get arrested so soon, because they're so slick down there with their law firm that they were able to work it out where they could get to their client first. And of course, you do have a right to counsel in these kind of processes. But let me bring this up to you as well. Remember in the video where Nicole Garcia, the prosecuting attorney, she said that his bail hearing originally should have never been set for him. They believe that this man, this is not me speculating, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the lawyer said. Let me tell y'all right now, this is what the lawyer said. I'm going to say it again. Nicole Garcia, which is the prosecuting attorney in this case for the state, the people, the state versus Michael Noak, said that she said in that hearing today, that bond hearing, and you saw it on the video tonight, that he should have never been given the bail that he got in the first. They believe he should have been locked up. But yet, of course, his defense lawyer, which he had a right to say, no, we believe he doesn't need that. But let me bring you back in. What are your thoughts about that before I bring another guest on to hear their thoughts before I conclude tonight.
No, I just really agree with you, right? So I think her initial intent was just to make it very clear that his initial bond was a clerical error, like a lot of people were speculating and putting out in the wind, and that she wanted the bond to reflect the current charges so that way she could ask the judge to revoke his. I think her whole aim in this hearing was not to let Noak leave today. I haven't even seen, and I can't even confirm if he's actually posted bail because he was supposed to pay, with the bond, what was it, an additional like $46,000. I don't even see a posting that that 10% has even been paid yet. So I mean, that's up in the air as well.
That was a question I think that was brought up to Empowered Esquire TV. Or someone was bringing that question. I think it was on Moorish TV's channel today, where there was a question of, does he have to pay the full bail now, or can he pay a partial? Because the question is, see, Polight's been running around giving us a persona that he's rich, that he got it like that he's living like a baller. And if he can't scrape up that money, that should tell everybody that the cars and all the stuff that you've been seeing may all just be a facade. Because if he can buy those kind of cars and jump from house to house and live this lavish lifestyle that he portrays himself to us on social media, then he should be able to pull up that money easy. That money shouldn't put him in a hole, but it could tell you a lot that maybe he ain't got what you think he got. For those who think he got a lot. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. I mean, I wouldn't, I mean, I brother the other day that paid for, he says that he paid for, I guess Polight has like this personal mentorship program where he communicates with these individuals one-on-one. And I think he said he paid the sum of like $3,500 or $3,700, and he paid this back in sometime last year, like November or something, and he was trying to communicate with him all the way up until February, to the point where he was just blocked from communicating with them. So pointing that case out, I'm saying that I wouldn't put it past him that he doesn't have money. What that amount is to, that's one thing to be seen. But I mean, if it's a thing of, him posting like those are things that I can't answer. Like I tried to call the clerk's office to see if they were holding him, if he had posted bond, but I couldn't. I called like 3 times. I couldn't get through to anyone up until like after 4 o'clock, so they were closed at that point. But yeah, so it's just, to me, it's just a lot happening and a lot going on, and we're still in the early stages of this. We haven't even hit trial yet to see more things, and I think it'll kind of calm a lot of folks that are kind of looking at this and saying, what's real and what's not real, once that trial starts to happen and more information does start to come out that, is verifiable outside of people saying that they do know the thing. It'll kind of ease people and they'll make their decisions after that.
Okay. Well, dear sister, thank you for coming upstairs and speaking and dropping some powerful information on us. And I love that, because we need to share the information. And what we're doing is we're sharing things with you folks that is not stuff that we're making up out of thin air. These are things that are actually have happened and are happening. And if you want to double check what I was saying about what we both were saying about that video on Jesse Lee Peterson's channel, if you can find it, just put, all you got to do is put Jesse Lee Peterson, Brother Polight in the search engine of YouTube, and you should be able to pull that video up. And I want you to watch it and definitely hear the issue around the age. I think I was 15, 16, 17. It's really interesting. It's an interesting look, but it also tells you that there's something not kosher going on. Okay. That something's been going on for maybe, I don't want to speculate, but it just makes you think, as Arsenio Hall used to say, it makes you go, okay. So thank you for coming up, sister. I appreciate that. Appreciate you being here tonight.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
And thank you.
Peace to the chat.
All right. Let me give you a clap. Thank you. All right. All right. Woo. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. On the Information Man Show, we're going to give you the information. We're going to tell you the truth. We're going to put it out there.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. We're not going to BS around, folks. I'm glad that everybody is here tonight. We're burning the midnight oil tonight. It's late all across the country. Let me do this. Let me drop another link. I feel energy tonight. I'm not going to go to bed too. I'm going to go to bed, but not yet. Let me drop another link in there to see if somebody else would like to come upstairs and render their thoughts about this situation with me. I appreciate that. Let me shout people out in the chat room while I drop that link in there. And hopefully, Sugar Love, if Sugar Love is in the house, she's been following me for a long time too. I want to say shout out to Sister Sugar Love. It's good to see you over here this late night across the country, or late morning across the country for some people. Thank you for being here, Sugar Love. If you're in the house still, there go the link again for anybody that wants to jump on board again and talk to me. Somebody new who wants to jump on board. Let me say this. Let me shout out DOD. Let me shout out Bob Cosmetic, Sonia C's, who's in the house. Let me see. We got the real Aaron Collins. We got Miss Mary in the house still. We got CCNTV who's rocking with us still. Everybody in the chat room, let me give you all a clap because you've been rocking with me all night.
Tell the truth.
All right. Let me pull this up here. We got Golden Melanin. Angelisa, I'm so glad that she came up and spoke with me tonight. She really put it down tonight. DOD, as I said before, Real Aaron Collins, Rob, a.k.a. BK's Finest. Okay. We got Naplo Yee. The Arsenio Hall reference was lame. Okay. Well, you can get the hell out of here. If you think it's lame, you get the hell out of here. Simple as that. How you like that? How you like that? Get your ass out of here. Mods, take care of that person. Anyway, let's move on. Let me see. Little Milk is in the house. Sonia C's, Miss Mary, the real Aaron Collins, and CCNTV. Thank you for being here again, brother. Yeah, get that person out of here. Because see, the issue is, I made the reference to Arsenio Hall, but the reality is that this still is a serious issue, and your ass is out of here. I'm not tolerating any foolish talk tonight. No, I'm not tolerating. It's my program, and you also are disrespecting my beautiful audience in that chat room. You're disrespecting the people who are watching this program. They're getting something out of it of value. You're disrespecting. Don't come in here with the disrespect. Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is what's missing that I need to say tonight, that I wanted to say a lot earlier. We need to have the 14-year-old minor in our prayers. She's the one that's getting lost in this whole situation. Yeah, we've been talking about Polight tonight. Yeah, we've been talking about how he's been going off on people on social media. We've been talking about the case. What happened in the bond hearing today? Yes, we have. Yes, we did. Okay. But at the end of the day, I want people to give their prayers and their thoughts to that 14-year-old minor, because she's the one that's really hurting. She's the one that's in pain, and she'll never be the same again, ladies and gentlemen, never.
Tell the truth.
Another thing we must recognize is that it was said by Nicole Garcia, the prosecuting attorney in this case for the state against Polight. It was stated by the lawyer, and you heard it in the video that I played, that they believe that Polight has been giving cold threats towards the minor, that he is being alleged to have done some L&L and lewd and insidious acts with a minor. She said they believe that he's been using social media to put to kind of scare the family, to try to intimidate, or what was said by let me say what she said exactly. Nicole Garcia, the attorney, said he's been terrorizing. Y'all hear me, ladies and gentlemen? He's been terrorizing that 14-year-old. That's what was said in the bond hearing today, or yesterday. For some of you, it was yesterday. For me, I'm in the West Coast. It still was yesterday. For you, it was day before yesterday, because it's morning time for some of you, depending on where you are in the world. Do y'all get what I'm saying? He has been potentially terrorizing the young 14-year-old who has already been terrorized enough by the lewd and insidious acts in a delinquency of a minor by giving them alcohol, or what we call liquor. Folks, this is truth. This is truth.
Tell the truth.
I have not shouted out my sister, a lady 747 in the house, says, I'm surprised the judge didn't get angry about that. I agree with you, a lady 747. And by the way, you're a very attractive woman. Everybody, all the ladies are attractive here. We got Miss Mary in the house who says this: I hope they rack them charges up. That's what Miss Mary said. And welcome to the channel again, Miss Mary. We got DOD in the house talking to the beautiful sister who was up here, Angelique, who was up here with me. I'm going to put another link in there if anybody wants to try to come in here and talk to me. There go another link if you want to come in and talk for the time that I'm still on. And oops, what am I doing here? Oh, okay. Let me go back in here. I've hit something wrong here. Oh, let's see what No Nonsense is saying here. No Nonsense is saying her innocence was taken. She can never get that back. My heart goes out to her. I'm 50 and I still have trouble dealing with it when it's triggered. Yes, when you are treated like that. Angie, okay. A-G-A-N-G. I call Angie. Angie, when you are treated in the way that she was treated, potentially by this man, she's never going to be the same. And it's going to affect her relationships that she has with anyone, whether it be men, her family, other people. She's going to have anxiety. She's going to have post-traumatic syndrome, PTSD, where she's going to not be able to sleep. I bet you any kind of money, because of the work I do, that this young lady, no, this minor, this girl, I bet you any kind of money she can't sleep. She's probably having nightmares and waking up in sweats. She's having all the classic symptoms of PTSD. She probably doesn't want to go out and do anything. She's probably depressed. She's probably going to have to be, let me say this, she may potentially have to take medications to keep herself stable. That's what this can do to you. It can take your whole spirit away from you. So you're right. No Nonsense. Let me see what Miss Mary is saying. It's a life-threatening thing. I truly believe certain sexual crimes deserve the same amount of time as murder. Well, I would say, yeah, murder is a legal term. Just keep that in mind. But I get what you're saying. You're absolutely right. We got Cherry Lou says, oh my God. What do you mean by that, Cherry Lou? Oh my God. Let's see. We got my man BK's Finest in the house saying, Infoman, be loving the fine ladies. Yeah, I mean, I look, man, I like the ladies, you know. Yeah, I like the women that come over here. I like, all right, it's fantastic, right? But check them out. Check this out. But check this out, my brother. And you can feel me on this. But check this out. I like women of age, not underage. That's the difference. They women, so it's appropriate. But underage, inappropriate. That's why Polight is inappropriate for what he did. We got Fly C's in the house. Fly C Soldier. Peace to you. How do I pronounce this name? Because you've been in the chat room tonight, and I really appreciate that. Newcomb to God. That the hat looks like a flying saucer parked on his. Hey, you've been in my chat room. You've been rocking with me. I appreciate you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do it. What are you waiting for? Peace to you. And to the mods in the chat room, thank you. The mods have been incredible tonight. You have been rocking hard. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you can do me the favor, drop the link to my second channel, the Information Man Speaks podcast. We got Inappropriate. Yeah, Inappropriate, Sonia C's. Yeah, inappropriate. Right, inappropriate. Then we got who do we have here? This is the brother that I wanted to. We got my man. We got Fish in the house. He's laughing about it. He's laughing. We got let me see, Bob. We got Bob Cosmetic. Bro, you hilarious. Hey, if I'm hilarious and you like it, hey, you know, cool. You wouldn't want me to be boring up here. I don't want to put people to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got Rasa. Rasa says he did get angry. He just did it professionally. You're right. Ross, you're no. Raw, you're right, Raw. You're right. You're correct. Let me see here. Lady 707 she's laughing with her emoji. She has an emoji for laughing. And then let me look over here and see who I missed over here. Let me see if I missed anybody over here. And then I'm going to look and see if okay, we got Natural. Oh, we got Empress KIYA, who's been rocking with me all night as well. Thank you for coming over and rocking with me. Natural, Sonia C's, a lot of great people in here that's rocking with us. And it's been great tonight. It's been really great. I really appreciate everybody who's been here tonight. Let me come out of here and see if I got anybody up. So nobody decided to come up. I'm going to drop the link one more time. And if nobody comes up after this, I'm going to call it a conclusion of tonight's program. But let me see if there's something else I want to show you all. Let me double check something before, make sure I didn't forget something that I wanted to show you. And so, of course, we know this right here. This is the charge. This is the if you want to learn more about this man's charges and what's happening, all you got to do is go right here. Go to the Miami-Dade County Clerks of the Courts Criminal Justice Online System. As you can see, I got his real name in there. And you can put the case number in and you can find out more about what's going on as it relates to what's on the docket, what's in the record that we can actually talk about. So go ahead and do that if you want to go digging into this a little bit more for yourself. Make sure you share this video. I definitely would appreciate that. And let me put something back up here, folks. There we go. And here we go. So definitely share this video on all your social media and in your community tab if you're a content creator. I want to thank everybody for coming over tonight. QT1 was magic. Angie was magic. Everybody that came on and talked to me tonight was magical, told the truth, spoke the truth. It was, man. It was, how can I say? It was, oops. It was, no, it wasn't that, but it was magical. Having folks up here telling that truth was completely magical. I loved it, everybody. Once again, keep the 14-year-old girl in your prayer. Say a prayer for her because her life right now with what's going on she's living in hell. I don't want her in hell, but what I'm saying is she's living in a really bad place right now. And what makes it even worse, as I said before, that the attorney, Nicole Garcia, said that Polight has been using his social media to intimidate her, that he has been terrorizing her. That's very serious. That is very, very, because he can get another charge on top of the already charges that he has. But that's his arrogance. That's his arrogance. This is crazy. It's crazy, folks. It's crazy. grown ass man does something like this? And then we got people who don't speak out, who have nothing to say. We got people on YouTube who say, oh, Polight has been exonerated. He doesn't have those R&R charges. Yes, he does have charges. How can anybody rush to judgment on their YouTube channel and say, hey, he doesn't have? Because you are listening to Polight and getting your information from him and you're believing it. You're so stuck on the Messiah complex. Black people, we have a serious problem with this Messiah complex. Look on my thumbnail of this video again. I clearly wrote on that thumbnail, stop listening to Polight and listen to the courts. Listen to what the court said on that video that I have on here, or anybody who's playing this video. Listen to that. Let the facts from the court drive you to your understanding of what's going to happen in this case or what could potentially happen. Don't listen to Polight. Even if Polight is bold enough to come back on social media and start running his mouth again, saying, I got all these lawyers. It ain't nothing but a chicken wing. I'm going to get over this. Don't listen to it. It's all hot air, hot balloon air. And you know when it comes to hot air in a balloon, eventually that balloon does what? It pops. Let's all have a wake-up call. If you're a content creator and you know you're not lying on the man and you're going by facts, don't delete your videos. You're falling for the okie doke of Polight. Don't delete your videos. Don't get scared that, oh, he's going to get me. He's going to sue me. The man don't have a leg to stand on. He got to pay those legal fees and they're expensive. He may not even have enough for that. How are you going to sue everybody? He can't. He's already got enough trouble to deal with. Don't listen to Polight when he gets to boasting. If he comes on social media and gets to running his mouth again, go have a drink. Go have something to eat and just laugh. And I mean this kind of laugh I'm talking about. What's up, Susie Q? Thank you. CCN TV still rocking with me. Bob Cosmetics still rocking with me. Angie still rocking with me. So when he gets to talking and running his mouth again, once again. It's funny because he ain't got it like that. Folks, don't be getting scared from Polight. Polight's got enough to be scared of just dealing with the court. So keep that in mind, folks. Keep your videos up. Stay within the context of what's facts and stay away from fiction. You stay within the facts, you're all good. Don't worry about his threats. I suspect he's not going to come on social media and have anything to say because he got a scare in court today. And thank you for the super chat, my sister. My sister, A Lady 747, $5 super chat. I love you. I appreciate the super chat. And you know what I'm going to do for everybody that super chatted me? Brother Key super chatted me tonight, a big $100 super chat, which I appreciate that. Okay. Appreciate everybody in that chat room. Let me look at the breakdown of the tonight. Out of 273 people, after the bond hearing today is the beginning of the end for Michael Noak, a.k.a. Brother Polight. Is this the beginning of the end for him? 84% said yes, and 16% said no. I'd like to know who the hell that 16% is. Probably the people that rock with him, I guess. I don't know. But I'd like to know. It's kind of interesting. So that's the poll. Thank you for that super chat. But with that said, it's time for the super chat music and celebration before I get out of here. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And here we go.
Tell them run it on. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip is wet. Tell them run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But
Thank
Thank you for the super chat. I wake up, flex, I'm down now, check. No drip, this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up.
Thank you for the super chat.
No drip,
Thank you for the super chat.
You are
no sleep,
listening to
no
Information
rest.
Man.
Might crash,
Please make
might
sure to
wreck,
subscribe
but
to his
first
channel.
I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, I'm down now, check. No drip.
Thank you for the super chat.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried.
Thank you for the super chat.
Playing those games, made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to us.
Make sure you definitely subscribe to the program. I'm going to put that up. That's already been put up there a few times tonight. I appreciate everybody for coming over and being a part of the program tonight. I really appreciate that. Thank you, those of you that's in the chat room. I put the link in there a couple of times, so I guess nobody at this particular time wants to come on. But that's okay, because there'll be other programs that I do and people will come on and speak. But we had excellent speakers tonight. We have an excellent chat room in there. The family is growing. A lot of new subscribers, a lot of new people that have come in to be part of the Information Man show family, the info team, I got to figure out a name for the chat room. So somebody, let's come up. Maybe I just do a contest. I'm going to do a poll on this. We got to come up with a name for a name for the chat room, or something we got to come up with. The Truth Team or something. I know that sounds kind of corny. So we got to come up with something that's not corny. But you know my channel is about truth. You know that, folks.
Tell the truth.
And I appreciate everybody coming over tonight and being a part of the program. No nonsense. We had Conscious TV who came in here and blessed us with his presence tonight. We had Brother Sanchez. We had some heavy hitters that came in the chat room tonight that I know very well. Really great people. We got Henderson. Henderson is in the house. We got Ann 411. What's going on, Ann 411? Good to see you over here. My sister, good to see you. Peace. Why are you not modded up? You should be modded up. I don't understand that. YouTube be unmodding people. I'm getting sick of YouTube with the stuff that they do. They unmod you. They unsubscribe people from your channel. And everybody, make sure that whoever you're subscribed to, go to their channels every now and then and make sure that you're actually subscribed. Well, you should be going to their channels because you're subscribed to them. But they unsubscribe people. And then you're like, why am I not? It's crazy. So Fly Soldier, we got Fly C Soldier in the house. Thank you for being here. Really great people in there. Sonia C, it's just everybody in the house. I'm going to call it a crescendo for tonight because tomorrow I got to get up. Tomorrow at around 4:30 my time, Western time, I'm going to be going live with a sister, a very deep sister who has a podcast, and we're going to talk about social media and how social media interferes and how it's changed the dynamic of dating today. Has it affected dating? Has it made dating more crazier? Has social media ruined a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships? We're going to cover all those different areas tomorrow. So please come over and join me. I'll be loading that video up, preparing the stream, and you'll see it pop up on my channel. And come on over and join me. Then on Sunday, I will be with the Empowered Esquire TV. and we will be talking about African Bambaataa and the Child Victim Act that he is being brought under charges, as well as the Zulu Nation for the things that they were doing. There was a 12-year-old minor that they're claiming that he was passing around in a, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to say the S word, and that he had been doing things with and also passing him on to other people. The 12-year-old is a grown man now and was able to file this just before the deadline that was extended due to the virus situation we've been going through. So I'm going to get her legal expertise on what is African Bambaataa facing in the Zulu Nation, because their charges are very, very, very serious.
Tell the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen. So with that said, let me get out of here. Peace to everybody in the chat room. If you have not subscribed to the show and you're new over here, go ahead and subscribe. If any of you have not subscribed to the Information Man Speaks podcast, that's my second channel. You can scroll down on the channel page right here. You'll see the logo. Click on it and hit subscribe and hit the bell of notification. I would appreciate that, as I appreciate everybody that's come in to rock with me this evening, this morning, this late night, wherever you are in the world. You take care. Love you all. Peace to you. And let me give you all that beautiful clap. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I want to thank everybody for being here. And with that said, you know what I got to do, folks? I got to get out of here. And here we go. Peace.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Got my man C. We got my man Cat PY2 in the house. Peace to you, brother. Good to see you here. Yeah. Peace. The Information Man Show.
Information is power.
Information is power. Information is power.
Information is power.
Don't sleep on the trip. Don't slip on the trail. Tempo, tempo, can you keep up with my tempo? Tempo, yeah, blowing up, C4. I just hit the Mike Jackson on my tiptoes. Oh yeah,
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
The endo. Don't slip on the drip.
Tell the truth.
Don't slip on the drip. High key, I know. I send all of my rap foes like they my tadpoles. Yeah. Blowing up, C4. I just had to go crack now on my Devo. Yeah, that Draco bustin' like free throws. I do not miss no shots, I got the cheat code. That's why I never lose. They can't predict my moves. I'm way too smooth, I just caught a groove. This right here, that Charles or the fire in the booth, had to go right back to it, If you ain't talking about money, please save your breath, don't bring it up to me, I pull up in that stunt like a 007 James Bond type movie, Hey, don't slip on the trip. No. Don't slip on the trip. Don't slip on the
Information is power.
Tempo, you keep up with my tempo.
To subscribe to his channel.
It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. Now I'm not the problem, man, that's on you, yeah. You've been terrorizing me, yeah, I'm always wrong. lost your mind when you dropped that bomb. Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me, but baby, it's you. Lie like a ride, but take your stuff back, baby, it's you. Whatever, and I would never. Yeah. You've been flexing everywhere, girl. Look in the mirror, man. You're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Information is power.
Put it on me, but baby, it's you. I'm racing the clock, look at him block, watching him flop. Used to see this in my sleep, when I ain't had put my thoughts in the car, I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes, floss, I'm really pulling strings for the pound cake. I see you went for a puppet in the clown face for a little wage. The talk of the town is late, still me, I never switch sides, came a long way with the gas tank running on fumes, wonder why you full on the envy. When it's all love, when I fall through with the young bulls, getting niggas a kidney, but you ain't mob, you a op. Must be lost in the sauce. Been here for the art and the jump start. Wanted this is mom, packed the lunchbox with the Kool-Aid jammers. And I'm still throwing tantrum. I'm set to roam around the planet where they know the songs and they chant them. The vision turned into fruition. I'm really liking how it's panning. They call me collector, you thought I planned it. Been crazy, then it fell into place. Now everything's stable. I'm all in on the table. You selling that fable, we know that it's made up. We know what you made of. I do better offline, yeah. I've been
calling to a God. I'm in tune with the signs.
Let me say what's up to Black Votron tonight. I don't think I shouted out Black Votron. If Black Votron is still listening or you out there, peace to you.
I was heat rock when I notated, I've been going crazy. Stone face when I kill me, even no trace on location, premeditated. Hey, can't even be still for like more than a minute. The way that they play out, I don't want to miss out on no part of this shit. Feel like I'm deep in the plot of a flick, and I'm the star of this shit. And I've been playing my part since back when we
and peace to CCNTV too for coming through and supporting the brother tonight. I appreciate that, brother.
Showed up in the bro doja in the fourth quarter, no assist. And the forms hell crisp. I'm the calm in a storm. I took my own struggle when I flipped it. And the hustle been legitimate. It's so many blessings, I might be allergic. I move the treat and it sound like I'm stirring. I'm working the pot till it's firm. I serve like Serena, do it the cleanest. You not on my wave, you can't handle the current. Nah, that's just a teaser, yeah. I'ma be me, take it or leave it. I do better offline, yeah. I've been calling to a God. I'm in tune with the signs. I'm just trying to let go. I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to do fine.
Information is power. Information is power. Tell the truth.
Good night, everybody. Peace. See y'all tomorrow and Sunday.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.